Welcome to another episode of Cineverse here on Hyper RPG. It's a very exciting night. We're going to be talking about a lot of movies. We're talking about and recapping the Oscars, and we're going to be paying some tribute to some. Ooh, I could cry just thinking about it, Mr. Bill Paxton. We're going to watch some trailers, talk about what's coming out on Blu-ray and what's coming out in theaters. My name is Adam Lavick. Y'all probably know me if you watch the show every week. If not, thank you for joining us for the first time. This is the weekly movie show we do here on Hyper RPG. I'm joined here with Miss Erica Ishii.
Hi!
All the way down to the other end, Mr. Hector Navarro.
They did it.
Yeah.
No Augustine today. Mr. Augustine Rios is too busy working on movies.
Yeah.
What we got instead?
We got
Alex the Pooch.
Mother effing the Pooch.
Puccinelli. Hey.
Pooch.
Welcome, man. This is your first appearance on the show.
This is my first appearance and a lifelong fan.
Yeah.
And,
Oh.
Excited to be here.
It's been a while, buddy. We miss seeing you.
Oh, man.
Do me a favor, Pooch. Can you just give a shout out to Claire58?
Who's already yaying you.
Yep.
Claire 58. Beyond love for you, girl. Like, so much. You say the sweetest things on Twitter. Right here. I'm just coming in for a big hug. Right there. Grab it.
Love it,
And
love it.
3, 2, 1.
That's right. And she's dead.
Yeah.
And she,
And she passed
Sorry,
out.
I squeezed too hard,
and
Claire.
she had a heart attack and died.
So, Pooch, what have you been up to, man? It's been such a while since we've seen you. What have you been working on? How's everything going? You've been doing voiceover
Everything's
and
good.
everything?
Just doing some voiceover. I got a small voice in the Lego Batman movie.
Hey!
It's so fast you don't hear it. It's
Which
Mothman.
Killer Moth?
Dude,
Yeah.
what is your line?
I think it was like, nice try, Batman. Like something weird.
Ah, there it is!
Like,
You said the thing!
Amazing,
it's literally
amazing.
Like, there's a scene. There's so much craziness in that
So
movie.
much in that movie.
Like, I remember working on. I'm like, no one's gonna hear this at
Yeah.
all. Like, this is
And
out of control.
everybody heard it.
Mhm.
I mean, I know that's why you text me. You called me. I'd be like, "Great
Yeah.
job, man." I was like,
Yeah.
"Thank you."
Yeah.
But yeah, just doing that, and I've been doing a lot of ADR. I wish I knew what that stood for.
Additional dialogue recording.
Thank you.
Oh, we got
What?
two different acronyms
Woo.
right there. Look at that. Two different things.
So I've been doing a lot of that.
Mhm.
Got to work on some really cool movies with that. Some cool TV shows.
You did some games. Is there some stuff out that's already come out that you can tell people you're in?
I did the voice of Chris Hemsworth in the Lego Dimensions game.
Amazing.
Awesome.
Which was really, really cool and probably the most fun I've ever had in my
Can you
life.
give us a little taste?
Specifically Chris Hemsworth from Ghostbusters.
Especially
From
Chris Hemsworth from Ghostbusters, so he's like, hello, Ghostbusters here. It's like,
Woo!
it's one of those
Ay,
things.
Dios mío.
Yeah.
It's steamy in here.
Have you seen the Chris Hemsworth Thor trailer that he's been doing, the new one?
with him and his roommate.
With him and his roommate.
Yeah, it's the
Oh
best.
my
Oh,
God.
Daryl.
It's so funny.
I follow his roommate on Twitter. He's
It
great.
is so funny.
a great
Daryl
guy.
has a Twitter account?
Yeah, like
That's
the actor.
hilarious.
He's a really really funny
I
actor.
was
yeah,
I was
he's great.
really hoping that Daryl had like an official Twitter account.
He will at some point.
I really
He will.
want him to have one. That's really good.
But
He better
it's
be.
so
He
funny.
better be in Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah,
Oh, he's got to have some
He's
kind of a
gotta
cameo,
be.
man.
Yeah.
Come on.
So
He's
good.
gotta.
He's
Yeah.
so good.
I mean, Hemsworth is a really funny dude.
He's a funny person.
And
It's-
he was
it's
really
not
funny
fair,
in Ghostbusters, and you
like-
channeled that.
Yeah, he's like a triple
Yeah.
threat.
really well. Yeah,
It's not, because you look at him and you're like, oh God.
Yeah.
Like, it's
You're handsome,
It's
you're
steamy.
tall, you are sexy, and you are funny. I hate you.
Oh yeah, my bad. Sorry about that. Of course.
Hug it. Hug it like you hug
Sorry,
Claire
right
58.
here. It's always funny, like when the best part of an all-female cast, like Ghostbusters, is Chris Hemsworth. It's like that was
Yeah.
such a bummer.
yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen the movie. I'm not opposed to watching it. I'd still be more than willing to check it out and give it a shot.
Open
It's
mind.
definitely worthwhile.
Yeah, I mean,
mind.
it's four actresses that I think are great. And
It
Chris
was,
Hemsworth.
It was a bummer for me because
Yeah.
I love that cast so
Mhm.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I wanted it to be so much better.
There was some
And-
good
yeah.
stuff in there.
There was some really
for
good
sure.
stuff. There's some really funny moments, some great bits, and it was a movie that I'm like, okay, like the beginning it opens and it's like Ghostbusters Studios or something. Like if Sony's trying to make a shared universe of Ghostbusters, and I'm like, I don't know if that's what y'all should.
Marty,
do,
thank you
but-
so
Thanks
much
for
for
the
subscribing
subscription.
using
Thank you.
Twitch Prime. So,
But-
Pooch, no,
Great.
go ahead.
It's great.
By the
Just
way,
go watch Ghostbusters if you haven't. That's all.
We have some fun activities for tonight.
Sure do.
As usual, we have the $25 and a movie quote. Stump your friends on Cineverse. give us a quote that the robot lady will read to us, and if we don't guess it, then you have the satisfaction of knowing you stumped us. For $50, you tip with a movie, and one of the hosts will randomly be chosen to give an acceptance speech for that movie as Best Picture.
Yeah.
That was fun. That was fun.
That's always
So, like,
really good.
Yeah.
like, this is an example. I tipped $50, and I'll say Thor: The Dark World to be accepted by Chris Hemsworth, and Pooch has to do it. So you're Chris Hemsworth. Accepted the award for-
wow.
And the Academy Award
Right.
for Best Picture goes to Thor: The Dark World.
Oh my God! Great! Oh wow! This is very unexpected.
All right, that's a little tease of what you could get if you pay $50 to hear that.
Damn it! You cut me off, Erica. I wanted to hear the rest of that. Oh, that was good.
Sorry, we gave you the wrong envelope. And then once we reach 500 in tips and donations, we're gonna have Lucas come out here and do a little bit of a rant session. So Pooch, it's a little different here than how we did it, how we used to do it before. We try to keep the show as interactive as we can with the audience.
This is awesome.
So we give them opportunities to be able to tip and donate and give us things to do and maybe try to stump us with movie trivia and all kinds
Very
of stuff.
cool.
So
this
it's really fun. And then people can also subscribe. They can subscribe in multiple ways using Twitch Prime, or they can subscribe through Twitch. And then we get a little Star Wars tune, which is what you heard
Very
earlier.
cool. And your choice of paper, it's different than last.
Right?
This is
Yeah,
a
yeah.
good.
It's quite choice.
This is very
Cal
nice.
Toro asked, no cam? No, unfortunately,
Not
no
tonight.
Cameron Rice this evening.
Look, you're gonna get a rant either way, so don't you worry.
Can we get a little tease of what Lucas might have locked and loaded for us if we get to 500?
Let it out, Lucas.
Come on, buddy.
Better that it comes from you than
Yeah.
us. Here he comes to save the day.
Lucas.
I just want to talk about why in 2007 Hot Rod should have been Best Picture,
Okay.
and it wasn't.
All right.
Oh, such a good movie.
Good point.
I love how the two at the end are like, yes.
Such a good movie.
And I'm
with you
like,
on
I
that
still
one,
haven't
Lucas.
seen it.
I
Sorry.
still haven't seen. I have no idea.
Oh my gosh. Ridiculous.
What else has been going on? The last 24 hours for myself and Hector and Augie has been very interesting. If you guys follow Hyper RPG on YouTube, we posted a video on there that we are going to be joining Hyper RPG in a little bit more of a, I don't know, how would you call it, Hector?
I don't know where you're going
Bit,
with
a
this
bit
sentence.
more of a collaborative way.
Sure.
We're going to be
Yeah.
doing some trailer reactions and movie reviews for the YouTube channel because we are no longer doing stuff for superhero news. So it's been a very interesting 24 hours. But thank you to everybody from Superhero News who came over here and subscribed. I think the channel had like over, I want to say like almost 2,500 subscribers on the YouTube channel. So
Wow.
thank you guys so much for following us. We're so happy to have you guys. This is a really awesome community with an awesome group of people.
Here's our first $25.
Boom. What do we got?
You can't make things like that up, son. Killing people is wrong. Destroying demons is good. Don't worry, God will send you your own list when you're older.
I don't know what that
Tough
is.
one.
That's really good.
What a great quote. What a great quote.
Lucas accepting award for Hot Rod.
That's a shortcut.
Yeah.
That's what we call in the business a good
Wow.
old-fashioned workaround. That's a
That's-
loophole. That's a
yeah.
loophole in our system. Thank you for breaking our system.
Right.
It is a loophole, but it's not because he's accepting the award and then he's going to defend it potentially. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Okay.
So it's a little different.
Okay.
We'll give you that.
That's,
Okay.
that's
We'll give you
pretty
that.
good.
Sounds good.
Damn, that quote though. What could that be? Father
I don't
son
know.
assassin movie. What comes to mind? That's what it feels
Father,
like.
son? Is that
Yeah,
what it
that's
is?
what it feels like to me. I
Father,
mean, that's what it
But they
feels
said
like to me.
demons.
Somebody
so
said-
they're like
Yeah.
demon hunters of some
Yeah.
sort.
Dreadpool88 in the chat says frailty. Was that Bill Paxton's
Bill
frailty?
Paxton?
I haven't seen it
Oh,
yet.
is it? I haven't seen it either.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was like his first movie, I think.
Yeah, I
wasn't
think
it?
it's the
No.
first one he directed.
Yeah, frailty. He directed
Yeah.
it. It was like it
Which
was
I
like
haven't seen, so
in
I don't
the
know if that
early
I'm sure Cameron's
2000s,
probably
yeah.
watching and throwing stuff at the screen.
oh sure yeah. He's getting real mad and he's yelling at
Yeah.
us.
You idiots!
Mhm.
Let them guess first.
It's okay. That we probably wouldn't have guessed it.
Sure, I'll go with frailty. Why not?
I would have said the TV show Supernatural, but that's incorrect because we're trying to guess movies.
Yeah,
That
I
was
guess
my
movies.
first instinct as well, because there's a father sons
Mm-hmm.
team, demons, and
see?
but no,
Me too, teen girl stuff. Me too.
Yeah, that
Lucas,
sounds
you gonna
like
get
it.
your butt out here, bud?
I bet you that in
on.
all
You
You gotta
like
accept the Oscar for Hot Rod.
Come on now.
13-ish seasons of
In character as Rico.
Supernatural that they've said something almost
still has to
exactly
defend it,
like
so-
that.
It's Frailty. Bill Paxton stars. Yeah. Well, yeah, guys. In case you guys running around with your heads cut off like chickens with their heads cut off, didn't realize somebody donated $50 to have Lucas accept the Academy Award for Best Picture for the movie Hot Rod. So Lucas has got to come out here at some point and do it.
Do it. Come on, do it.
Whatever. Take your time.
Yeah, so
right.
that's the thing with superhero news. We're not going to be doing anything for that channel anymore. We're going to be doing more stuff here for you guys on Twitch and on YouTube. Mostly, like, I'll be working with Zach and Emily and the rest of Hyper to kind of beef up the YouTube channel a little bit, so you guys have more content to watch and play with. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm super excited. We were talking about doing stuff for superhero news here originally, and that ended up not working out. So we're like, well, let's just keep doing stuff anyway.
There you go.
So very excited for that, guys. It was the Oscars on Sunday.
I heard.
We threw together this really like super last minute viewing party. Because we found out that Twitch, or we thought Twitch was actually going to be streaming the Oscars on their channel, and that ended up not being the case. So we had to scramble really fast.
They made some sort of
It was-
announcement. They
yeah.
said, watch along with the Twitch staff or something like
Yeah,
that, right?
so we thought that it was actually going to show the Oscars, and it was 5 o'clock, and we're sitting here like, okay, no Oscars. Who are these people talking? So we had to like really quickly try to figure out how to like get this thing to work. So I was able to use my PlayStation View, and we were able to watch it. But it was fun. Like we couldn't really throw together too much. We literally just showed up, and these guys came at the end because we were shooting something else. But we had a good time, and man, there were some surprises in that show for damn sure. But accepting the Best Picture Oscar for Hot Rod. Steal the end.
Rico is like, I'm trying to remember how to tap into Rico.
Oh, he's got a lot.
Just start high-fiving me.
Yeah.
Unbelievable amounts of time. And that's how winning's done.
And that is how Oscars are done. No, let's see here. Okay, Rico would.
Lucas, you need to. There we go.
Oh yeah! No, wait, hold on. Hold on, let me. Wait.
Take two.
I assume this is funny for people who have seen the film. Okay.
Yes.
Who am I gonna build reps for now? Who am I gonna build reps for now?
You guys, this is a great bit. It's
That would
so
be
good.
it.
It's
Rico
so
accepting
good.
an Oscar for Hot Rod.
Didn't even get the playoff music or anything.
I love how half the table stood up and the other half was like, "We don't know what's
We
happening.
don't
We're just
know
gonna
what's
clap
happening.
Anyway.
We
Yay!"
assume it was
My
hilarious.
goodness gracious.
Space Randy says Lucas has all the volume in the studio, so there you go. There's that. So let's talk about the Oscars. Very interesting night. Some surprises. I was able to do. We did like a little ballot thing. Out of 24 choices, I got 14 right. Thanks, Best Picture. You fucked me real good. But it was pretty cool. The first thing, by the way, can we just give a shout out to Dustin for this awesome logo that he made?
Every week.
I didn't
Every
do
week
this.
he outdoes himself.
I didn't do this. This is amazing. So thank
Really
you for
nice.
that.
Really nice.
Look at him. He's like, oh. So the first thing, let's just go right into Best Picture. Holy cheese balls! Big ol' snafu happened. So if you missed it, of the nine choices, 2 of them were La La Land and Moonlight. Warren Beatty and Faye Dunaway were the presenters who went on stage to present this Oscar. And when it was time to actually present the winner, Warren Beatty opens the envelope. He looks at the card because the card has usually the movie title on it, and it says underneath it what the category is for. He looks at the card, looks at Faye Dunaway, looks at the audience, looks confused, tries to look in the envelope for another card. It's not in there. Pauses, and Faye Dunaway's kind of like,
Hurry up.
at this point, she's like, come on, hurry up. Like, you're the worst. So he hands her the card. He throws her under the bus almost, and she announces La La Land. Everyone starts going crazy. Producers and the whole cast and the whole crew go up on the stage to accept the Oscar. And as the producers are giving their acceptance speeches, you see people frantically running around in the background. Like, it's chaos. Something has happened. And one of the producers is giving a speech, and you can see another producer talking to one of the people who's like running the Oscars. You see the guy who gave Warren Beatty the envelope out there, sorting through envelopes. And it was funny because as we were watching, I said, oh, watch, the Best Picture is probably not La La Land. And sure enough, that ended up being the case. Ooh. Warren Beatty accidentally ended up reading the card for Best Supporting Actress. So they have 2 people on stage left and stage right of the actual set, and they each have a copy of the winner's card. So the way it works is as the person presenting comes out, they're handed that card. Now this guy, I forget his name.
His job.
His name is
Yeah, I think he did.
Ryan Cullinan. He's one of the guys
More
who
like
works for the-
fired.
Yeah, more like Uber
Fired
fired.
McFiredson.
Fire McFiredson. He goes,
More like not gonna work here anymore.
he gives Warren Beatty the wrong card, and moments before he was like taking pictures of Emma Stone winning her Oscar for Best Actress because that's the category that precedes Best Picture. Yeah, so it was crazy mix up. A lot of stuff was happening, and then it was Jordan Horowitz. Horowitz, he came on. He basically went up to the mic and said, "No. There's been a mix-up, misunderstanding. Yeah. Moonlight, you are the winner." He's like, "This is not a joke. Come on up." He's like, "This is for real. Like, you won. Come on up."
So crazy.
So you can imagine that there was just utter chaos on that stage. There were actors and producers and all the people from La La Land. All of a sudden, these people from Moonlight started coming up. And then you had everybody in the audience. They kept doing cutaways to guys like Mel Gibson,
Yeah.
The Rock, Charlize Theron, everyone,
Everybody's
and everyone was just
faces.
like, it was crazy. But I thought they played it. I thought they did a pretty classy thing, or I thought that producer did, of saying, look, I'm going to be really proud to hand this to my
It's a
colleagues from
shame
Moonlight.
that the majority of the articles that I saw
Right.
today though were
Yeah.
like, he's such a hero for so gracefully handling passing off somebody's award when the story should have been like Moonlight was amazing and it's this historic moment that it won an Oscar. I'm glad it won though.
Yeah, I think it could have been handled much better. Also, I think the articles should have said something to the extent of like La La Land producer. I don't know, something.
It should have been Moonlight wins the Oscar. Oh, and by the way, and in the article, like, oh, and by the way, there was this mishap.
Right.
Adam, if
shouldn't have been the huge
if
story.
you were Warren Beatty, how would you have handled that situation?
I mean, it's tough to say. I mean, Warren Beatty is older.
Yeah.
So I mean, if I'm 30-year-old me and I'm going over there and I look at the envelope and I look and it says Emma Stone, La La Land, I'm immediately gonna go, what?
Time
and then
out,
if I look at the
everybody.
bottom and it says Best Actress, I'm gonna go like, hang on a second, guys. I think there
wrong
may be a
envelope.
Yeah,
mix-up.
but also if you're performing under that kind of pressure
Sure.
with that amount of people watching all over the world, it's so hard to know what to do. I
And also
totally understand.
imagine if you're Warren Beatty,
Yeah.
where you're a Hollywood legend and you assume that
And then
the
you look dumb
Academy
for being
Awards
wrong.
is going to take care of you and they
Yeah.
didn't make a mistake. And then you turn to Faye Dunaway to be like, help me out, I'm not crazy, right? And instead of
Yeah.
her knowing what you're doing, she just reads
Reads
the
it
thing.
off, yeah.
Like,
She didn't. I don't remember her even looking at the card.
she looked
I
at
mean,
it.
she
this
looked
way.
at it
Yeah.
enough
Yeah.
to see just the movie
Yeah.
that
title.
it said the title, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, what's up?
Well,
No, I know. I see it. Oh. Let's see. Jordan Peele says he wasn't even going to read it, y'all. Warren Beatty woke as fuck.
True.
Oh man.
I really want to see it.
Oh,
I will
on another
overcome my
level.
fear of horror films and go see it
It's
in
more
theaters.
suspenseful than horror.
Yeah, that's I
Oh.
totally.
It's a
yeah.
suspense
Yeah, 'cause, I
movie.
mean, I
Cool.
like Hitchcock. So
Guys, are we going to
really
show
thriller.
Adam and I's reaction to the
Yeah. Oh man.
kerfuffle?
So we're
yeah.
watching this thing, right? We're sitting here, we're watching, we're minding our own P's and Q's, and we're thinking like, all right, La La Land won. You know, good on them. And then hell unleashes, and it's a fun time.
Right before, a lot of us were like, we think that Moonlight should win, but La La Land's probably going to win.
Right.
And then this happened. It was so crazy.
Yeah.
So crazy.
Lucas, ready when you are. Okay, here we go.
I'm sorry. No. There's a mistake. Moonlight, you guys won Best Picture.
Whoa!
Not a joke. I'm afraid they read the wrong
Got the
thing.
wrong envelope, probably.
This is not a joke. Moonlight has won Best Picture. Moonlight. Best Picture.
Live programming is a. Wow! Holy.
This is very unfortunate what happened. Personally, I blame Steve Harvey for this. I would like to see you get an Oscar anyway. Why can't we just give out a whole bunch of them?
I'm going to be really proud to hand this to my friends from Moonlight.
That's nice of you. That's very nice.
What was it? Warren Beatty?
Hello. Hello. I want.
Warren, what did you do?
I want to tell you what happened. I opened the envelope, and it said, Emma Stone, La La Land. That's why I took such a long look at Faye and at you. I wasn't trying to be funny.
Well, you were funny. That
Thank
was
you very much.
funny.
Thank you very much.
Wow, this is...
This is Moonlight, the best picture.
Yeah.
We can't go back on our
That's amazing.
Stage, which apparently she did.
Oh, she pieced out of there so
Yeah.
quick. And then I was watching Jimmy Kimmel last night. And he was talking about like the whole scenario, and he was sitting in the audience because after they announced the winner and everybody did their speech, he was going to go up there and then close out the show.
Or they were going to close the show from him sitting next to Matt Damon.
Right, it was going to be a bit.
being like, you lost.
Exactly.
Your movie that you produced didn't win Best
Yep.
Picture. Ha ha ha. Fuck
Yep.
you, Matt Damon. And then finish the show.
Exactly. It was
But
going to be a whole bit, and then this whole thing happened, and he ran up on stage and he was like, I gotta do something. And then I guess Denzel Washington and I think it was Matt Damon were telling Jimmy Kimmel like Barry Jenkins, the director of Moonlight,
Barry.
like to go to the microphone.
Barry.
Yeah, so they were trying to like kind of take control of the situation, but whew, man, it was.
Kimmel
nuts.
also explained how backstage Emma Stone, after that whole thing
Yes,
happened,
during her press
said that
interview.
she had her envelope
Right.
that said Emma Stone. So she was like, I'm not trying to start anything, but I had it the
Right.
whole time, which kind of was like, you're trying to start something. Like she
Yeah.
was like, she goes, I don't know what the story was, but she was trying to defend the movie that she was in. And I think she was trying to be like, no, I think La La Land won because I'm holding my envelope. So what happened? But then after Sunday night, everybody in the world knew like, oh, this is how the Oscars work. We all learned what this accounting firm was. We all learned that there's two, copies of the
Right.
envelope and the backup. We all learned that. We all learned who fucked up and
Right.
and handed it to handed the wrong one to Warren. And apparently they were looking at, like you're saying, Adam, they were looking at the guy's Twitter account.
Yeah.
Since this has happened, all of his tweets were deleted, but he took a bunch of pictures,
Celebrity
selfies,
with Emma
like,
Stone. He was
right
distracted.
backstage. That's what people are saying. We're like, this guy was distracted, handed the wrong envelope to Warren
Right,
Beatty, is what
right.
they're saying.
Yeah.
I
So-
mean,
Brian
yeah,
Cullinan?
Cullinan, yeah. It's
Brian
not. It's
Cullinan.
it's super. It's a super. It's a bad. Because
I mean,
a
it's
lot of
so
attention gets taken
tragic.
away from that.
Moonlight didn't get their full moments. They had to spend some of their time graciously thanking La La Land for giving up their award. It's so tragic.
Here's how you fix it.
Because this completely overshadowed.
Oh, totally.
All of the adulation that it should have gotten in the press.
Here's how you fix it. I went to do a show Monday afternoon at Screen Junkies. My buddy Lon was there. Lon, shout out to Lon. And he said that this is how you fix it. Ellen needs to do a special where she invites the producers, the cast, anybody involved in Moonlight
Yeah.
to show up and then for them to basically go, and now Best Picture winner, Moonlight. And then for everybody to come up
Yeah,
and do
totally.
their speeches. And then
Totally.
and then he was like, and then Ellen needs to bring on Warren Beatty, Faye Dunaway, after they get to do all their speeches, like the producers and anybody who wants to be there from La La Land, just so that everybody can like shake hands, hug,
Right.
make up, be like, sorry about the mistake. Moonlight deserved to have this moment. So my buddy Lon basically said Ellen could fix this.
Yeah.
Ellen is
It's
the only
true.
person in Hollywood who could fix
true.
this, and she would get great ratings, but she's also the only one that could fix it.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, and it is a shame. Talk about a year for great movies. Out of all 9 of those movies, I've seen 6 of them, and I loved all of them. They were really, really good. I think as much as I do love La La Land a lot, the movie already got 5 Oscars, and even Emma Stone said it, and the producer said, like, we won Oscars. We have nothing to complain about. Our movie was very successful. Moonlight is a beautiful, important film, and I think that's kind of how everybody feels. Is like that movie really did deserve it. It's the lowest. I think it's the lowest budget film. Yeah, which
Wow.
is insane.
Which is amazing because that means it's going to get. It will probably be re-released.
It already has
and
been.
it'll-
This
and
this
it'll
weekend.
probably do pretty
If
damn
you-
well on
If
Blu-ray.
you can see it, definitely go see it. It is
Yeah.
a very special film. I haven't seen a film like it.
Oh, no,
in my
absolutely not.
entire life.
It's really cool.
It so beautifully and eloquently touches on subjects that you never get to see in mainstream film.
Definitely.
It's like watching a poem.
What were some highlights for you, Pooch?
Damon.
Yeah.
Right.
It was just like you thought it was over, and then they just kept doing it. I
Yeah.
think my favorite was when they said, "Please welcome Ben Affleck and guest." I thought that was so funny.
Yeah.
And, it's almost like they didn't tell
Guest,
Matt Damon
really?
that they were going to do that much because he seemed genuinely confused.
Yeah, he's like, okay.
and surprised a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Especially because that happened right after Jimmy Kimmel talked about how much he loved We Bought a Zoo
Mhm.
and was making fun of his performance.
Like, look at that. He's saying
He's working so hard.
Yeah, to do nothing.
He's working so hard. He's basically no talent,
I
and he
think
keeps
Claire
getting
is
work.
correct. I think original song should have gone to Moana. I think that Lin-Manuel was robbed of his EGOT. I think that was the best performance, though, was him doing an original intro rap
That was
for
cool.
Ali'i Carvalho. She was amazing.
Cool.
She's
I
just
love the
so
rock
mind-blowing.
song. You're welcome.
It's great.
It's such a cute song.
It's really, really great.
Did you get a chance to see you saw La La Land, you loved it, right?
Here's the thing about La La Land.
Mm-hmm.
I love the idea of La La Land.
Yeah.
But I grew up watching American in Paris and Singing in the Rain. I am a massive Gene Kelly fan. I think Gene Kelly is the coolest man in the world.
Yeah, yeah.
And he influenced me to try to take dance classes as a kid, but I wasn't allowed to. Thanks, Dad.
calm down.
Sorry.
Calm down.
Sorry.
Calm
down.
I don't want to play sports all the time. I want to dance.
It's
Hector.
over.
I don't want to tackle, man. I want to dance with him.
I
I don't want your laugh.
I don't want your laugh, Dad. But when
Sounds
I
like an
watched-
episode of Fences.
when I watch La La Land, it's like, okay, this is dope. This is touching on stuff that we haven't seen in so long. But I also sometimes hate when movies that take place in LA, they just hit on like typical LA stuff. It's like, hey, there's traffic. Wah, wah, let's make a song about it. And it's like LA is so much cooler than just traffic.
Yeah.
And it's like, first of all, you're going to make a movie about LA and the people in the movie aren't even from LA. Half the people in the movie aren't even from LA. It's like, let's get some real people from LA.
Well, a lot of people in LA aren't even from LA.
Yeah,
Like, it's
yeah,
a lot,
exactly.
Like, the people from LA
I-
are like all the Mexicans up in here, and then everybody else is like, hey, but you're a local. Yep.
I don't know. I feel like because I also love movie musicals, and I feel like this was kind of a pastiche of all of them without as much of the heart. But I also feel like the ending was weirdly prophetic for the Oscars. There's this alternate reality where they show
So
what might have
bittersweet.
been.
I love the ending. I thought it was so bittersweet and so and it was
I
a
feel like they
similar
were trying
theme.
to have their cake and eat it too.
Well,
Like they wanted to have this like downer sort of modern ending, but then they also show you this montage, this happy montage, so that they can show that to you.
That's true.
Did you get a chance to see Moonlight, Pooch?
Montage.
I didn't see
didn't?
Moonlight. I
It's
think out
really
of all
good.
those movies, it's tough. It's like I saw Hidden Figures, which I love.
So good.
Hidden Figures is amazing. I'm not gonna go back because I'm in the industry and I know I should be well rounded
Listen,
and see all this stuff. but
Manchester by the Sea, Moonlight. I haven't even seen Manchester yet,
Yeah.
but Manchester by
didn't
the
see
Sea,
those
Moonlight, Fences, Hacksaw Ridge. They deal with subject matter that's not fun.
Yeah,
Right.
It's like you have to be. A lot of people, I think, feel the same way. Where it's like, okay, I have to be in a mood to prepare myself to sit down and watch this movie.
La La Land
La La
and
Land, you can throw it on in the background.
right,
Like,
La La
it's
Land and
so,
Hidden Figures are the most most lighthearted out of all of
Yeah,
those
even
movies.
though Hidden Figures deals with like
Sure.
systemic racism
Totally,
and
totally.
the historical.
But it does in a
like,
way
you know
that
it's gonna
like
end well.
right.
Yeah, and it's super fun. Like the music's by Pharrell. You're just,
Right.
you're just like,
It's just a
Hidden
fun time.
It's a fun
Yeah.
time.
It was a weirdly like the feel good movie of the year,
Right.
even though it dealt with such a touchy
For
subject.
sure.
Totally.
And it was a great family film, and it so but like Fences had incredible performances, and I loved it, but I don't think I need to ever watch it again.
Right.
But I'm glad that I did.
Don't
And
do Manchester by
Moonlight,
the Sea and Moonlight back to back.
That's
Dude,
what you did.
Manchester by the Sea.
I did it back to back.
What's more sad? Is that a word? Is it more sad?
Yeah,
or
what's
sadder?
more sad?
What's more sad?
You know,
Manchester by the Sea or Blue Valentine?
Oh man, that's a good question because Blue Valentine.
Ugh.
I watched Blue Valentine
See,
after
You
I watched Blue Valentine after I had a massive breakup. So that movie
man.
broke me, ripped me
Yeah.
to shreds. But
I'm like, this is
they're
cute.
both pretty damn emotionally packed.
Yeah, I am planning to see all of the Best Picture noms at some point, though. Yeah, I'll eventually
see
see
that.
it. I mean, like, I'll see it. And
I will see it because I'm really curious to see how Andrew Garfield and the other actors
absolutely.
perform in that
I
movie.
love Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, he's
I
great.
think he's a fantastic
Social
talent.
Network, like I really
Oh
feel
my
like
gosh.
he was amazing.
Yeah. Listen, Mel Gibson he has directed some of the best
Yeah.
movies ever.
Hollywood Mel Gibson, I love. Personally, I leave that
For sure.
over there, but
It's tough,
I
man.
love him.
Let's get into that a little bit, Pooch, because a lot of people have been having that conversation between how can you separate at what
Right,
line do we separate a person's like life choices, their personal life, and their work. And somebody
People in
mentioned
the chat were talking about Brie Larson's silent protest.
Yeah.
He didn't clap for Casey
Right.
Affleck.
didn't even notice that,
I-
and
What did he do?
it's great. Oh, Casey Affleck.
Oh, he's an accused sexual predator.
Oh.
Yes, yes,
Ew.
and like
Yeah.
like settled a lawsuit.
Yeah. And
Just-
the thing is that like
That's
I know everybody has their line. For me, I think especially when you're making your art and you're using your art to take advantage of people, because all the people, the women that accused him are women that he has worked with and that he
Right.
has used his position of
they,
power
like, worked on
in the
movies.
Hey, I
films
did not know that.
to take advantage of them and
Yeah.
to harass them and physically even assault them. So, I mean, when it is inextricably woven into the fabric of your work, then I think that's tough. And if you let somebody like that keep making films, he can keep using his power to take advantage of women
Yeah.
on those
Yeah,
films.
that's not good.
Yeah, that's not good. So I really liked that people picked up on that when Brie Larson was off to the side, not clapping when Casey Affleck was winning his award. People took pictures of that and they're like, look at what Brie Larson's doing. Look at this protest, this silent protest. Because I think that's the classiest way. You're in a tough position. You're Brie Larson. You're invited to the Oscars. You have to present this award of like the best actor
Cineverse says
goes
it's
to.
cruel that Brie Larson was even picked to deliver awards in the categories that Affleck was nominated in.
Sure,
It's-
but like,
that's how it works. The winner of the previous year does it for the.
Yeah.
and it sucks. It's unfortunate that it
and
ended up working
also
out that
like
way.
so many people in Hollywood are shitty that if they like nobody would ever present any award ever for any like because
It's
everybody's
true.
so shitty that it's
Yeah.
like sorry Brie you have to go do that so really interesting conversations that people were having and like you said Erica, everybody has different lines. Everybody will look
Yeah.
at what these cases are differently and I think that what Brie Larson did was a fantastic example that I would be 100% surprised if she ever ended up working with Casey Affleck in any
Right.
respect. But also, I don't think she'll ever need to. And I think what she did was classy, and it was probably what
Yeah.
I would have done. I hope, and just
I
We-
respect someone
Yeah.
doing that more than someone speaking out against it.
in the wrong place
Yeah.
and wrong time.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Yes.
How do we feel about Jimmy Kimmel as a host?
I loved him. I thought he was very fun. I enjoyed it, and it's a bummer because I thought he did such a good job. But the Oscars are always going to be remembered for the mix-up.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I
Right.
mean? So it's kind of a
And
bummer.
that same
kinda-
clip of him, Warren, what did you
Yeah,
do?
yeah.
Which is like funny, but it's like he also hosted the rest of the show.
Right. I mean, it was his first
Yeah.
time hosting, and that's a very daunting task to sit in front of thousands and thousands of people to host this entire show. And obviously, they do rehearsals and stuff, but I mean, in the moment, you don't know what's going to happen. The one thing that I loved about the Oscars is that I feel like most of the presenters really left it on Jimmy Kimmel's shoulders to roast when he needed to roast, and I think it made the show more enjoyable for majority audiences because we all know how much backlash there's been towards our industry for having political opinions.
Yeah.
That everybody should stay home and live in their bubble.
Craig, you had
so
one
let's just
job,
run through
Craig.
some of these other ones.
Okay.
Top winners: La La Land got 6 out of the 14 nominations. Best direction, best actress, best cinematography, best original score, best original song.
What was your favorite? Sorry to interrupt. What was your favorite song from La La Land?
Man, I love that opening number. That opening number to me is great.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. It's just so catchy.
Yeah.
You hear it and you're like, bum, 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 bum. But I do like a City of Stars. I think that's a cool song too. I like the duet version that they do in the apartment. Let's see what else. Moonlight 3 wins Best Picture, Best Actor in a Supporting Role for Mahershala Ali. He's incredible.
Best.
Yeah, he's
I'm
dope.
so pleased
Yeah.
that he
Happy
got it.
with
He's
that
also
dude.
the first Muslim actor
Yes.
to ever win an award.
Seriously?
Yeah,
Yes.
the very first.
Yep.
Which
Yeah.
is incredible.
Fun fact.
Suck on that, D. Trump.
Best Actress in a
That
Supporting
Donnie.
Role, Viola Davis for Fences.
She's so
the
good.
first person of color to win Triple Crown, Oscar, Tony,
Damn.
Emmy. Because if you didn't know, Fences was a play prior to that. It was originally done I believe 2 or 3 decades ago.
mhm.
And then Scott Rudin brought it back with Denzel, and the first person that they wanted immediately was Viola Davis. And then Denzel did the movie.
And they did it on stage. Yeah.
August Wilson, obviously, he wrote the play, he wrote the script as well. White Helmets documentary. I have not seen this documentary,
Neither.
so
It's available on Netflix.
it is. Yep, on Netflix.
And I think it is very significant that is their first
Yes.
win. Netflix's first win.
Very cool.
I think that I hope that a lot of awards will start trending towards Netflix and
They will.
online streaming media.
They should have gotten it for Beast of No Nation. I'm just
Yeah.
saying. But
But as we said, a lot of the older folks at the Academy have a hard time with the internet. So maybe they have pledged to open up the Academy to a lot of younger people. So hopefully Netflix will get recognized for their
they'd have more than a VCR. Am I right, guys? Come on. Check on that.
No quote, just wanted to say love the crew. Thank you for working your ass off. We appreciate.
What movie is that?
Thank you, WM1262. Thank you so
What
much.
movie is that from?
These guys definitely. This is not an exaggeration. These guys bust their ass to make sure that everything runs as smoothly as possible, and shit happens.
Speaking
Live
of
programming.
Speaking of like more streaming services getting awards, another crazy thing: Amazon Studio got their first Oscar win.
Yeah.
And I forgot that Manchester by the Sea was technically an Amazon film.
Yeah, they got acquired at Sundance, I think.
Until
Bought at Sundance,
they started winning awards and people were thanking Amazon, and I was like, oh shit, that's right.
That's
like
insane.
it's crazy.
The Amazon film that I feel got snubbed was The Handmaiden. I'm
Yeah.
so salty about that. Apparently, Korea has never won foreign.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
anything from foreign,
Wow.
and I don't know why it didn't get
I
nominated.
feel like that's a matter of time because just Korea comes out with such insanely
Yeah,
good
the
movies.
film scene in Korea right now is popping.
Yeah.
Everybody. So I really, really hope that they, because like Handmaiden was my favorite film this past year. So
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I gotta
So
go check it
good.
out. I think it's already out on Blu-ray, right?
Yeah, it's on Blu-ray or on Amazon.
Duh.
Yeah. It's so good.
This is an insane thing. The first Harry Potter franchise Oscar win
Yeah.
was for Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them for costume design.
Right.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
They didn't win any other visual effects, anything. Those other Harry Potter movies are
so
good.
Pretty
But-
crazy. I think
yeah.
they were coming out at a time
Yes.
where we were still adjusting, though. Like Lord of the Rings didn't start winning awards until
So Return of the King.
Return of the King.
But there was 8 Harry Potter movies.
Yeah.
The Academy didn't give them anything by their 8th movie.
No.
Damn.
No. It's insane because they were still like that. Oh, it's just fantasy films.
Right.
Bummer.
But guys, I think my most exciting win for the night was the
Don't.
Academy Award-winning film Suicide Squad.
Oh,
Barf.
Oof.
Is that the first Oscar win for a
DC movie?
DCEU movie?
I think so.
Did Batman v Superman: Dawn of
No.
Justice get nominated for
No.
anything? Did Man
No,
of
because it
Steel
wasn't in
win
here.
any?
It would have been in this.
Did Man of Steel win any Oscars for
I don't think it
anything?
got nominated. It may have been actually. Man of Steel may have been nominated for
For, like-
technical awards for sound. I think. I'm not 100% sure.
Can we double check on that? Fact check on that. Did Man of Steel was
Did
it
any
nominated
Oscars?
nominated or win any Academy Awards for anything?
I will say, and I know we poo-poo on Suicide Squad, and to poo-poo on Suicide Squad is very different than to poo-poo on the work of the actual artist.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, so it's the first DCEU Oscar winning.
And I think that's the
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest thing to remember is like we're not poo-pooing on the people who actually did their job and did it really well.
Right.
It's more the overall quality of the movie.
I feel like, and a lot of people were making comparisons. I honestly feel like Star Trek Into Darkness had was doing the same, like it was in the same category.
Sure.
Like if you even look at Killer Croc's makeup, which
Yeah.
was very good. It just still doesn't compare to the amount of work that was put into the Star Trek Into Darkness aliens.
Look, when you look at Sofia Boutella's character, you
Yeah.
don't see
Yeah.
Sofia Boutella. You see
even Idris Elba.
Yeah.
Yeah.
was
Idris
out of
Elba?
I mean,
control.
and the woman, I like the woman with the weird alien head
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
yeah.
But look, our buddy Iffy Wadaway said on Twitter, like, Suicide Squad probably won because Killer Croc's makeup was so good. It was so fantastic in that movie that people
You
thought
can't
it was
discredit that.
CG.
Right.
It transformed the actor Adewale Akinawe Abijawe, I think is how you pronounce his name. I
Yahweh.
probably did it
Yahweh.
right. Yahweh. Who was underutilized in the movie, but
Right.
that makeup was so damn good. And then when he said that, a bunch of Star Trek fans were like ragging him on Twitter, and then a bunch of DCEU
I'm sorry. Yeah,
fans,
Star Trek Beyond. I apologize.
a bunch of DCEU fans were like
I said Into Darkness.
started to follow Iffy, and we're like, yeah. And Iffy's like, I don't want to have anything to do. Like he just said,
Right.
like when you look at the makeup objectively, like Killer Croc
Right.
was fantastic, Star Trek was also great, and then whatever the other one was, it was like a foreign film from.
sure.
It didn't stand a chance. I feel really bad for that third movie, but
Then
you know,
What else was in Suicide Squad that was makeup like worthy?
Harley
Well,
Quinn,
I mean-
Joker.
I think it was all the characters had an element of makeup. I think
Yeah.
Killer Croc was
Diablo.
definitely the most.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
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 I mean, I think Killer Croc was really the only
was
one
so
that was
good,
like
though.
that intensive.
Exactly.
Enchantress.
Enchantress. Thank
Yeah.
you.
You're one of those things
Yeah.
outside a tire sale.
You're- No, yeah, the lady who was the
Yeah.
wacky waving inflatable arm
Oh,
man.
look who just
she-
subscribed.
I feel like
Hey.
Hey,
Thanks,
we miss
Augustine.
you, Augie.
Taco.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I don't want to detract from the work that the Suicide Squad.
It's a bummer because I
Craftsman did.
do wish that there was something in the Oscars where if a movie's like a bad movie, it will disqualify it from only so that whoever helped make that a bad movie, producers, directors, writers, would like not get as much work because all of the craftsmen did such a great job. I almost
Yeah.
feel bad that I'm saying I want to punish the craftsmen
That's the problem.
so that the top
Yeah.
level people will get punished.
Don't
But that's
get-
not how Hollywood works. The top level people
Yeah.
never get
Right.
punished. They just
Yeah.
get side graded. They don't get
that's the
fired.
issue,
It's a
yeah.
side grade, and then they keep doing movies. Meanwhile, the craftsmen just like have to keep trying.
Let's talk about VFX. A lot of people are saying Doctor Strange should have one visual effects. I personally feel like it went to the right movie. I think Doctor Strange is incredible. I think
Yeah.
what it did and what kind of visual effects it presented in the film were really, really strong and really good. I mean, some of those sequences of what you see Doctor Strange seeing and the worlds that he goes through, it's incredible.
All of this shit
Yeah, exactly.
with the world like doing MC Escher stuff, like it was
Yes.
innovative.
Right.
However,
but you cannot discredit
I
Damn.
feel
Jungle
like
Book
we-
creator
Damn.
Jungle Book was unreal.
Yeah.
unreal,
Yeah.
from scratch.
next
Yeah.
level,
The only real thing in that movie is Mowgli.
basically.
That's really the only thing.
Basically.
Everything else was shot on a soundstage in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Right,
Like there are
and-
patches of the environment that are real, but it is 97% probably
So crazy.
all digitally created.
And also, they created a lot of new technology in order to achieve the things that they did in that film.
Exactly.
So that is definitely worth noting.
Yes. So I totally understand where people are coming from with Doctor Strange because of the level of VFX, but I think a lot of people maybe don't know exactly how Jungle Book was created.
And
it's
yeah.
it's a VFX wonder and achievement for sure.
Those awards stop being about overall best picture,
Right.
and they're like, let's look at one
Quality.
specific micro
Yeah.
thing about this film because I like Doctor Strange more than Jungle Book. Sure, of course I liked Star Trek Beyond more than Suicide Squad, but look at those little individual achievements. and,
One thing that we did skip over that I think was contentious amongst my animation friends was Zootopia winning over Moana.
Yes.
Utopia. So
yeah, but Zootopia is so solid. Like
yeah.
I love
think, I
Zootopia.
feel like the storytelling might have been a little more solid in Zootopia.
in Zootopia,
Yeah.
Well, you also got to remember
I-
what. Oh, I'm so
but-
sorry.
oh, yeah,
no,
yeah.
just what Zootopia was hitting on
Mhm.
at the time. It was very
Yeah.
parallel to what was going on in
absolutely.
real time.
But then you can
So-
make the argument. You can go. Zootopia delivered a promise,
Yeah.
which was Disney's all about diversity, and
And then
Moana
Moana
was
was
the
that.
execution of that
Yes.
promise
Right,
by
yeah.
like
Yeah.
by
No,
just
very true.
Moana
I
existing is like
feel-
look at how diverse we are.
I
So
do feel like the metaphor for racism in Zootopia was a little bit muddled. I
Erica,
will
it's
say
for
that.
children. It's for children, Erica.
I mean,
I've heard this argument before. I've heard my very
just
smart
because it's
friends.
for children doesn't mean that it shouldn't be correct, right?
Yeah, but if you get into that minutia of if you're saying that it's incorrect, that it was an incorrect analogy, I'm going to disagree. Because I think that the way that world was structured explained a lot of really, really, really complex ideas in a way that are for kids. And I had very, very smart,
I think
beautiful friends talk about, well, that movie failed in this respect, in this respect, in this respect. They didn't talk about this. They didn't talk about this. They didn't talk about this. And I'm like, again, that's not for you. We already know all that stuff. We already know all that
but
stuff.
that's the
Ideally,
thing is that children don't, though.
Yes, but
And-
they,
and
like I said,
feel
they're
like-
very, very complex
it-
ideas.
yeah.
To teach a child an idea and a concept and then go, but also sometimes this is the case too. It's like, wait, what? Like you can't.
Well,
like
but
it's.
I feel like
they're
that's what they were doing.
conflicting
They were like,
ideas.
well, this is the case, but then sometimes this is the case. When it's not, though, they should have just said this is
give
the
me
case.
give me an example because I'm getting lost in my own
basically-
pronouns.
Basically, what they should have done was like one of the like either the predator or the prey should have been in the subjugated position, and they should have stuck with it because they kept like they switched it up, halfway
Again,
through.
keep
and
giving
they
me
were-
specifics because
they-
it's been a couple months since I've seen it.
right. So they had it be
With
where
characters and with.
they had it be like in the past, prey were were subjugated, and then that's the way it kind of is in the present day, where prey are the lower class citizens.
Sure.
But then they had it be this big scare where suddenly the situation was reversed, and then
Okay.
prey were on top, and the predators were being discriminated against. And they should have just kept it one way. I feel like
What
that would have been
what-
more apt metaphor.
What predators were being, because the
Right, because
the
they
message
were-
of the film were that
Because
lions
then remember,
and jaguars,
Yeah, like-
if they're predators, they're crazy, and
Yeah.
they'll get you.
yes. So it was flipped. Then
Okay.
the dominant class became the
And how does that not?
subjugated one.
Why do you feel like it should have stuck to one thing?
because that's how life works right now, right?
Can you explain that? I want to come with you on this journey,
Right.
but I don't know what
Right.
exactly it is you're comparing it to in this specific instance.
That it should have just
Jaguar.
been- jaguar.
Jaguar. They're both, I think, correct pronunciations. Jacko.
That
To be fair.
it should have. Okay, yeah, we've gone way too off the path for this one. But that basically, it should have just been that one of them, like
Mm-hmm.
prey, was just remained the non-dominant class, like because racism doesn't work that way. That like, well, sometimes some people are on top, and sometimes they're not. It's always the racism is such that like there is a dominant class, and then everybody else is not.
Sure, I think that their move was they were trying to explain some of the historical context of how all that stuff even occurs, and you can look at history and look at certain aspects of history and go, in this place in time in history, people of color
Sure.
were equal to what we now
But they,
call
like
white
it was
people.
it was in one spot though, and I think it was supposed to be like
The story was in one spot.
yeah, and like it's supposed to be like this is America where everybody lives together, and it's like
Mhm.
all animals of all types and all people of all types, just like in America.
Mhm.
And in America, it really is only one way.
Okay. I need to see the movie again because it's been a couple months and I'm trying to wrap my brain around what it is how the analogy isn't working.
Before we spend 2 hours debating this, let's all watch the movie together, and then we can discuss. How about that? Otherwise,
Zootopia?
we'll be here till midnight. Not right now.
Oh, okay. Have you not seen Zootopia?
I've seen Zootopia,
And you've
but I haven't seen
Zootopia?
it.
Okay.
I saw it in February or March when it came out, so it
Okay.
needs a revisit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great film, and like the storytelling's really tight, and it's really cute, and I super
Mm-hmm.
love all of the alternative names that they give to things.
Mhm.
I feel like the metaphor for racism was a bit muddled.
And I feel like I haven't seen the movie and I'm not fresh enough with it to
And I think
To-
Droom is right.
to
It's
agree
a-
or disagree. So yeah.
Right.
I feel like she needs to edit for the. Oh, okay. Well,
Right.
she don't have to edit for the camera. What are we talking about? Let's just. Why are we editing for the camera?
I don't
That's
know.
why I was trying to like get specifics.
Right.
Like, what are we talking about? About how there's a thing called nice.
Right.
Good timing.
Yeah.
You guys have had a tumultuous week. Beers on me.
Thanks, Chances.
Thank you.
That's very
Wow.
sweet of you. Did you want anybody to accept an award
movie quote.
for
That movie quote is at World's End.
anything?
I have to remind people, if they tip or donate, what some of the cool things that we're doing.
Well, for a $25 tip, you can hit us with a movie quote, and we can try to guess what it is from, or one of your favorite movie quotes that you want to share. Just something just to show
If
how
you
much
stump
you love
us, you get
movies.
internet cred.
Nice. For a $50 tip, you can pick a movie, any film, and one of the hosts is going to randomly be chosen to give an acceptance speech for that film as if it were winning the Best Picture for the Academy Awards. And when we finally, if and when, get to the $500, what is normally the cam, Lucas is going to come out and give us a rant as to why he believes that Hot Rod is the greatest motion picture ever made. Cookie's going to tell us why Hot Rod deserves Best Picture of all time.
So just to elaborate a little bit on the $50 tip or donation, if a movie, for example, like Ghostbusters wins Best Picture, Mr. Puccinelli over here will accept as Chris Hemsworth.
Oh God, I was not.
All right, anyway, so that's what we're gonna do. That's enough. That's enough.
Yeah.
Too much. It was too much. That was too sexy.
Sorry.
Too much. Too much.
Too sexy.
Too sexy, Pooch. So yeah, that's some of the fun stuff that we are doing. But does anybody else have any final thoughts on the Oscars itself, the ceremony, how they thought about it? Overall, I had a really great time. It was definitely a unique experience at a couple points. I thought some of the bits that Jimmy Kimmel did were great, and I know the ratings dipped a little bit compared to last year. I think like 4%, but overall, I was pretty excited about it. So, and there was good quality stuff in there.
It was fun. I liked it. I think every once in a while, I get annoyed at how serious we take it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because at the end of the day, it's just movies,
Yep.
and it's cool. But I get it. It's like the ESPYs for athletes
Right.
and stuff like
Yeah.
that, or something like along those lines. But at the end of the day, I'm like, it's just movies. It's just make believe.
I think a lot of people.
I get it.
I don't know.
It's not missiles, it's movies.
Yeah.
A lot of people. It seems like there are two different camps. You know.
Oh, totally.
for
And
it's funny.
And I understand the serious side of it, of how much work goes into a movie, but I think it's not the end of the world that the movie was mispronounced, the wrong
Right.
one was announced,
Sure.
and it got fixed. I think it's getting blown out of proportion more than it needs to be, and but that's just my opinion. But
It's true, man. It's like I wish that like
Today's-
what was it like the teacher draft, like the Chappelle was
the
it
racial
Chappelle?
draft.
Not the racial
Oh, no.
draft, but like Chappelle I think had a sketch about like awarding teachers like best teacher of the year.
Oh, I like
About
that.
about just like we got to focus on other
Right.
aspects, and I
Yeah.
think that more and more people are getting involved with politics, at least, which is
Yeah.
good about being concerned with the people that are representing them on that stage, as opposed to
Right.
normally being like, I don't care. People are like, what, and they're getting real into it.
Right.
So good, we should focus on that while at
Now
the same
they
time
are.
having the things that we love inspire us, and
Yeah.
you know,
The one thing I will say is like I appreciate the fact that for certain filmmakers like Barry Jenkins,
Yeah.
it will now, and it shouldn't, but that's the thing that will now give him credibility.
Yes.
That people will be like, okay, cool, very talented, very dedicated, has a good voice, has a good story to tell.
Mhm.
Let's see what else he
Won
can do.
an Oscar. That is the one serious aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
That it does impact real world money. People get money. People get
yeah.
their films greenlit. People get jobs because
Yeah,
somebody
was saying
of
earlier,
Oscars.
you
so
know,
that is the
yeah.
serious aspect
Go
of
ahead,
it. I
Dustin.
suppose.
What's up?
Mhm.
Finish
I think
this?
that's it.
That's it. Go ahead.
Okay, great. So,
Yes.
Chances.
oh, ooh, hit me with it, Chances.
I haven't seen The American President. Can I Can I do it?
Who's in it? Maybe that'll help.
Michael
Is it Michael Douglas? And Ed Benning?
Yes.
Okay, they can't hear him. Let everybody know what he's saying. Hector has to accept the award for the American President.
Mm-hmm. Written by Aaron Sorkin, starring Michael Douglas and Annette Bening, Martin Sheen, Michael J. Fox, Richard Dreyfuss. Richard Dreyfuss.
So are you ready?
Yeah.
So the winner. So the winner of.
You don't announce this award by saying so, Pooch.
Do you watch some of those celebrities talk when they get in front? It's like they could read lines like crazy, and then when they get in front, they're like, "So one of the best parts of making movies is the relationships that you make with people." Like you got Salma Hayek, who's beautiful and can speak perfectly in movies, but then she
Multiple
gets,
languages.
Salma
I mean,
Hayek.
it doesn't matter. Accepting the award for Best Picture of American President is Michael Douglas.
Oh my God, this is incredible. Wow, what an honor. Wow. I just want to say You know, it was a real honor to be able to play the President of the United States and the American President. We had a great time on the film, and I know that it was a lot of laughs, but I hope that people can take a message at least and to get involved and to be passionate about politics, as we all should be. Wow, this is fantastic. I'm married to Catherine Zeta-Jones. Will you sleep with me? I'm Michael Douglas. Good night. Thank you.
I love how we went a little Owen Wilson at the end there. Wow.
Wow. What kind of voice is that? I don't know, Greg.
Michael Douglas, duh.
How many times you watched Ant-Man, bro?
I should have just accepted the award as Owen Wilson.
Yeah. Wow.
Accepting on behalf of the producers.
I wasn't even in this
American
movie.
president.
Wow.
His
I
Owen
wasn't
Wilson.
even really working back then.
Marmaduke.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Let's watch some trailers. Wait,
All
no.
right, let's do this.
Did we talk about...
We got to talk about it.
Oh, right.
The In Memoriam. So, aside from there being a few errors in the In Memoriam and some people being left out, Dorothy Roberts being one of them, Robert Vaughn being another person. On Saturday, an actor passed away that when I woke up and I read this, I hadn't really realized until that moment how many amazing movies he was in and how memorable he is as an actor. And that, of course, is the star of Twister, Aliens, Predator, Predator 2, Aliens, yeah, Bill Paxton.
Terminator 1.
True Lies.
True Lies.
Yeah.
Bill Paxton
Weird
was an
Science.
actor who was in so many incredible movies that I love watching. And for me, he had such a distinct voice that when he would show up in a movie, he was a
Steal it.
scene stealer,
Yep.
man. Titanic, he was fantastic. He played a really kind of more quiet role, but
Yeah.
still when he was there, having his moments, talking with the older Rose, I mean, it was beautiful. He's such an incredible actor. James Cameron wrote a beautiful tribute to him. A lot of people in Hollywood had so many beautiful things to say about him, how much he was a delight to work with. He was always in a good mood. He was always prepared. He was a complete professional. In Edge of Tomorrow, he was great in Edge of Tomorrow. This one really hurt. This one hurt me a lot in ways that I was not expecting. Gone Too Young.
Tombstone.
Yeah, Tombstone. He's incredible. He passed away at 61 from complications of surgery.
Which I didn't know.
Yeah.
No one. I feel like no one knew that.
Yeah, no, and he's going to be in Training Day, which premieres I think in the next week or two. They're going to do a huge tribute to him on that show. Super, super sad. One of two actors that I know to be killed by a alien predator and a Terminator.
Yep.
The other being Lance Henriksen.
Yeah.
I mean, this was incredibly sad to hear. How did you guys react to this news?
It's tough because there's always that. You don't know the person.
Right.
You don't know the person, but you grew up watching them,
Yeah.
and you see them all the time where you feel a strong emotional connection to
Totally.
them. I mean, it's the same thing when Robin Williams died. It's like, oh, my God.
Oh,
You know,
man.
like Aladdin, Flubber, come on now. Like, I grew up with this
Peter
dude.
Pan.
Yeah,
And
Michael.
it's different than somebody like Bill Paxton just had so much warmth
Yeah.
that when we lose our legend like Robert De Niro De Niro is iconic, but I don't feel the same warmth. Do you know what I mean? Like if Robert De Niro walked around this corner right
He
now,
leaves behind
I
a
would
legacy.
be so intimidated
But
and so like
different,
time to
yeah.
be profesh. But if Bill Paxton were still alive and he walked around the corner, I'd be like, hey, it's Bill Paxton.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that's
BP.
cool. I'm gonna go talk to him because he seems so
Yeah.
nice. And all you've heard about from everybody that's worked with him is just how nice and down to earth he is. So he just had this warmth, which was so
Yeah.
great. My favorite performance of his was True Lies.
Oh,
As a
great.
kid, that was the first time I noticed him, and then noticed him and everything else. And True
Yeah.
Lies was just so funny, so pathetic, so great at that character.
In the best
that
way.
he
What
was
is
a
your
car
favorite
salesman.
Bill Paxton True Lies line?
The vet gets them wet.
Oh God, it's
So gross.
so great.
So gross, but so funny.
Oh,
Yeah.
Come on,
man.
I mean,
turn around, you're going to shoot me.
yeah,
So good.
and he
So
had
good.
range, and that's the thing
Yeah.
I think we forget is we assume that he had a little more of a comedic role, but when he had to deliver dramatic dialogue, I mean, the guy nailed it. I mean, he's great.
Even in as funny unintentionally as he is in Aliens,
Sure.
Yeah.
you feel how scared he is
Yep.
and how annoyed and pissed
I
off
mean,
he is.
he says something so iconic.
Yeah.
He's very quotable. I
Yeah.
think he was an actor that a lot of us took for granted because he wasn't in these huge,
Yeah, he wasn't a superstar.
iconic films, like film roles necessarily.
Yes.
Like, when you think of Aliens, you think of Ripley.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
when you think of Twister, you kind of think of Helen Hunt.
And Arnold
or
and
the
Terminator.
Twister.
Yeah.
Or the Twister. Or the cow.
Yeah. But
Cows.
Yeah.
but
Big
really,
tire that they never showed in the movie.
he was very dedicated to
trailer.
his craft, and
Yeah.
he said a lot of really quotable lines. And I think that we will miss him.
Oh yeah, it's sad when anyone dies.
Yeah.
It's always sad, especially young
Yeah.
and out of nowhere.
61.
Like 61 is so young to me.
Yeah.
And then finding out that he was sick or he was having heart complications, it's like I always have another level of respect when someone who's in the limelight is sick and you don't know about it. It's
Yeah,
they
like
keep it to
that's
themselves.
that's really cool to me.
Yep. So on that note, I think it's time to watch some trailers. Let's
do it.
beef up the mood a little bit here.
Let's do
But condolences to his family and to everyone who worked with him because it's a huge loss.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. First trailer of the night.
What is this?
Burning Sands.
Netflix.
Netflix.
Here we go.
Psycho.
Oh boy. Dustin, what'd you do?
Welcome to Whataburger. Can I take your order?
30 sausage biscuits, 30 hash browns.
Oh, with egg and cheese on those, please.
Hold on now. What, you ain't got no napkins?
It's all about the brotherhood. After pledging, a lambda man is ready for anything.
It's a rite of passage. We gonna earn this shit.
You are in the good hands of generations of tradition
Greetings, big brother!
and honorable brothers.
Yo, if we make it through Hell Night, that'll be us out there. You know that.
The brothers are gonna be your new family now. They're gonna have you backs for life.
This right here. We come from kings and queens, man, not slaves. You, kings. Hello? Yes, sir. I'll be there in 10 minutes. Yes, sir.
How bad you want it, boy?
I want to be a...
Shut up! Let me tell you something about getting into this fraternity. You got him wanted.
I'm out. At that point, I'm out.
Find out what just any people will quietly submit to, and you will find out the exact measure of injustice and wrong.
Y'all think it's tough? Nah. Just wait for Hell Night.
If we ever get free from the oppressions and wrongs heaped upon us, we must pay for the removal.
You're injured, aren't you? And you really should get it looked at.
I'm just trying to keep my head low and make it through a week, okay? Only a chosen few make it to the other side.
Why don't matter?
You don't want to keep your line brothers waiting.
I don't think you understand.
Humiliation builds humility, and one more night is not going to kill you. This I know.
But we need to change, and we need it now because the lives of our students and the honor of this fraternity is at stake.
You are merely facing what other men have met.
When you're up against trouble, meet it squarely face to face. Lift your chin, say short, it's playing free and taking breaks. When it's vain to try and dodge it, do the best that you can do. You may fail and you may conquer. See it through, see it through, see it through.
Welcome to Hell Night, fellas.
Ooh. Damn.
Oh my god.
That's intense.
That got
Okay.
intense.
For
That's
Jesus.
intense.
Jesus Christ.
fraternity hazing just squicks me so hard. It just makes me so physically uncomfortable. That looks good. It was a good trailer.
Yeah.
I don't think I can watch that.
I'll
I don't think I can watch that.
I'm in.
It's
I love stuff about worlds that are so opposite of me.
Yeah.
And I love the Black fraternity world. I think it's fascinating. I think when you dig in deep to it, there's so much amazing stuff inside of it that we don't see, and we don't. I mean, a white kid from the valley, like, why would I know that? So I love seeing stuff like that. I think it's intense, but from the stories I've heard from some of my friends who were in those fraternities, it's pretty rough. So
That nerd says Alfred Woodard equals auto watch for me.
Yeah.
She's freaking
amazing.
amazing.
yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, she's incredible.
she kills everything she's in.
I mean, that's
looks good.
intense as hell.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It kind of scared me a little bit, knowing the fact that, like, in a year, I mean, granted, it's different everywhere, absolutely, for sure, depending on what school, what community, all that kind of stuff. But it's crazy to think that, like, things like this do happen at schools.
Yeah.
It's absolutely intense. Like,
Mhm.
I never went through any of this, so but I definitely want to check this out.
A couple of people have said that it is similar to like the James Franco one that we saw. There have been a couple of other films that are about like fraternity hazing that we saw recently. Oof.
Hi, Pepper G says, I was in a fraternity. Our rituals were just like, playing Mario Kart and stuff, while the other fraternities were putting firecrackers in each other's balls or butts. Or balls, either one.
How do you get them in there?
I mean, when there's a will, there's a way.
You take a skin fold and you wrap the firecracker in it,
and then you light it, and then
you hold like a pig in a blanket.
Yeah.
And then, that goes off. Ow, my balls.
And it's definitely not tingles jingles. That's damn sure.
Well, in a way, kind of.
Blow your balls
yeah,
out.
that
You'll
is like
tingle.
the definition.
You'll tingle after
of,
that.
Yeah.
So, what about you, Hector?
I think I'm gonna go skip, but I want to wait to see what people are saying when it comes out because remember when we saw this is what's so great about Netflix, I'll know where I can see it
exactly,
right, I know it'll
be
there, and I know when it's coming out that it'll be available to me. So when the Santa Clarita Diet came out, we saw that trailer with Drew Barrymore and we were all stoked about it. It looked really fun and cool. Enough people told me not worth checking out that I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna check it out. If season 2 comes out and people are going, you know what, hop on this train for a second, then I'll check it out. But if this thing comes out and people are going, oh my god, it's amazing, you have to watch it, I'll put it on because it's Netflix. So but I'm gonna skip for now just because of the subject matter. I need the good word of mouth to push me over to go see it. Alfred Woodard's great, the main kid is great. Check it out.
Is it a series or is it a Netflix movie?
It was a movie.
It's a movie.
Oh, original movie.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah, yeah.
Movie. Cool. But
all right.
Cool.
Next trailer.
What's these? Spark.
There was a time when our kingdom was perfect.
Skip.
Then the ultimate evil invaded our world. Emperor Zong. He destroyed our planet and took the royal family.
The universe is mine.
But someday, a hero will set things right.
This is not American.
Whoa! Floyd, you're lucky I have cat-like reflexes.
I've been sitting on this rock for 13 years. There's gotta be more out there for me.
Aren't you supposed to be in bed?
I'm not a kid anymore.
I believe in you, buddy. You just gotta prove that you're ready for more responsibility.
I just pulled a muscle in my entire body.
I'm telling you, this is as good as it gets. Huh? Your hand? Don't you realize what this is?
What?
It's the seal of the royal family.
What?
Your Highness? Spark? I thought he was dead! No matter. It's time to take out the trash.
What exactly are you planning?
Just killing the prince, destroying another planet, and having the universe bow before me in fear! Oh, yes. Anyone up for some lunch?
Sure, I guess so.
Yeah. Okay, who's driving?
We need to start on a plan to take on Zong.
We're outnumbered, outgunned.
I have a chance so long as I have this! This is gonna be a little more difficult. People of Vanna, Zong laid waste to our planet, but together, we're taking it back!
Can we go to the bathroom first?
Yes! I've been waiting 13 years for this.
It's showtime!
Let's kick some asteroids!
Creative ways to say let's kick some ass.
I don't do well under pressure. That's gonna hurt.
I think I'll just wait for War for the Planet of the Apes.
I don't feel like that was for me.
No.
Yeah.
But maybe
That's for
some
my
kids
6-year-old
will really
cousin.
enjoy
But
that.
for the genre of animation where it's for little kids and it's
Yeah.
not big budget, it's not
Right.
Disney,
Perfect.
Pixar, DreamWorks. It looked better than most.
It's a good.
It looked better than Space Chimps, which isn't saying a lot.
Right, right.
Y'all remember Space Chimps?
I
No,
don't.
good.
I don't.
Look better than Planet 51. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
All those movies you're
Chad
like,
is
what
not
this?
about
why.
this. Chad is not about it.
All I can think about during that trailer was this is a good movie to put on, like those TV screens in the back of a headrest for your kids.
Yeah.
I don't know
for
why
sure.
that was
on the
all
way to
that was in my-
Disneyland. Or
Yeah,
something?
it's like
Yeah,
just
yeah,
don't
yeah.
talk. Put
No,
this
on the way
What
to
are you watching?
Disneyland,
I
you
don't
gotta
know.
watch a
That's
Disney
true.
movie.
That's true. Yeah, you got to throw on something like.
Oh, wait.
We want to watch Frozen. I don't have Frozen. I just have.
Yeah.
I have this.
I have this.
I have this.
I have
Put this
Spark.
on.
You guys want to see Spark?
Oh my god.
I hate
Spark.
Frozen.
Shut up.
Frozen.
Shut the hell up, you little shit. You're gonna watch Spark and you're gonna like it.
Okay.
What's the chat room say?
That's all I got. Oh, it was a hard skip.
Hard skip.
Yeah.
Great.
just-
Next.
Is it really quickly?
has animated movies made it so like to the point where if you don't recognize the voice, you're kind of not into it anymore? Like back in the day, they always used voice actors, but now they use
I think a lot of the smaller ones do because they think it might make people watch it more. It doesn't. Though.
I know. I didn't recognize anyone's voice, and I was like, I don't know who these people
help.
are.
Yeah.
For me,
and nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's like if the trailer presents a movie that looks absolutely incredible, I don't care who the voice actors are.
Yeah.
I mean, I will appreciate them after the fact. But it's like, to me, if it's Matthew McConaughey and Kubo, it's not going to sell me. Kubo sells itself because it's so incredibly well crafted.
Yeah.
You know, it's like we're past that point in Hollywood where actors sell tickets.
Yeah.
It's the quality of the movie.
I mean, they've done studies now that no actors actually put butts in seats.
Right.
It's at the pitch part of it that's where like studios still think that actors do. And so if a you know, people come to them and say, hey, we want to make this movie, there's this person attached to it, then they'll be like, oh, well, that's a big person and they're going to put butts in seats. We will green light your project. That's not, but it doesn't really work.
And sometimes it's a rare combination of things, like Deadpool, for example.
Yeah.
Yes, people wanted to see it because it was Ryan Reynolds, but it was also because of how genius the marketing was and because of everything that came with that movie, all the baggage that came with it. So it wasn't just Ryan Reynolds. It was a mixture of everything, and mostly the marketing. The marketing of that movie is incredible.
Guys, people in the chat are asking what kind of trailers are we going to watch tonight. They're asking about Alien Covenant, Guardians of the Galaxy. What are we doing?
We'll see.
We'll see. We'll find out.
Okay.
We'll find out. Hector and I will be doing a trailer reaction for Guardians of the Galaxy.
Ooh, okay.
So you guys are more than welcome to watch it, and Hector and I will step away.
We will.
Okay.
You want to watch?
Sure, I'll watch
Guardians of the
it.
Galaxy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. This next trailer, I don't know how to pronounce it. Is it? Okay, cool.
Oh, well,
so here we go.
Right.
Teaser. Let's do it.
So I'll take bets. Akja.
Oh, Netflix, man.
Oh my God,
I
this
took
shot is
nature.
incredible.
And science. And I synthesized.
Oh. Yeah.
That was just cool.
Oh, I know what this is.
What?
Don't get creepy. That's definitely real. Ja. Whoa, they actually genetically engineered a pig person to be in this film. That looked interesting.
Yeah.
It was intriguing. Yeah.
I need a story trailer, but like, if I'm gonna go based on cinematography alone,
Yeah.
beautifully shot, really well shot. But yeah, I'll need a story trailer.
Look at chats all about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not. Well, I mean, I will Netflix it, but it's not passed by any stretch of the imagination. It looks really interesting. Yeah.
Hector, what is the tagline of that movie was the animal inside of us?
Yes.
What is your spirit animal?
I was gonna say I love monkeys, which is
Monkeys.
kind of why I was a little
Chimpanzees,
bit,
apes?
yes, chimpanzees, apes. I was a
Yeah.
little bit apes and monkeys. I was a little bit forgiving to that animated monkey movie because I was looking at it. And I'm like, I like these character designs.
Yeah.
I like a good monkey.
Yeah.
That might be my inner animal.
What about you, inner animal? Spirit animal?
I think my Patronus is. We decided that it was a quokka. They're the little furry creatures in Australia that like taking selfies with tourists.
they
and
smile.
eating,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they smile. They're like,
they're adorable.
"Yay!"
Yeah.
They're
Pooch,
very
what's yours?
cute.
What's yours? Like a real ripped kangaroo, like just a super buff, handsome kangaroo.
Dude, I think they naturally come that way.
Maybe a polar bear.
Really?
I just
You're
think
not that white, Pooch.
I
You're just regular white.
They're
Aren't
so
polar bears like black?
They're so sweet though.
That's Pooch.
I
That's
just think-
man.
You're naming me right now.
I am. I'm just listing things
3 out of
about you.
4 traits.
Good.
Oh my God.
What about you, Adam?
That's kind of tough. There's so many different types of animals that I love, but the ones I feel like I'm closest to, the ones I'm around the most, which are dogs.
Yeah.
Dogs are like, I don't know. They always put a smile on my face.
Yeah.
If I go to a zoo, I like giraffes and elephants. I
What's
think
that dog that drinks?
How are the drinks?
St. Bernard. They have the thing of alcohol. You show up to the party. You show up to the party just like, what's up, guys?
Girl?
It's me, Adam, as a dog.
Yeah.
I've got a bunch of liquor. Let's get fucked up. I'm Adam.
That's kind of that sounds about right, Hector. That sounds about right. Hector knows me too well. You son of a bitch.
If I were a dog, I would be important.
Hector accepts the Best Actor award for Lightning McQueen in Cars as Michael Douglas.
Normally, we're supposed to be accepting the Best Picture, but I think we're going to allow this. We got to allow this. Yeah.
All right. Pooch, you want to announce me?
Sure.
Michael, accepting the award, Academy Award for Best.
Accepting the Academy Award for Best Actor is Lightning McQueen.
Hey everyone, it's me, Michael Douglas. Owen Wilson couldn't be here today. He's on location. He wanted me to let you know how much this meant to him. He would say, "This is incredible. This is such an honor. It's a fantastic thing. I've known Owen for years, and the thing that I'm so consistently impressed by is his work ethic. I feel like the only word that could describe how he would feel in this moment would probably be, gee whiz. Thank you so much. Good night." Perfect. You guys
are a national treasure.
Have you guys seen those cars at Disneyland when they actually have them like driving around like the Cars?
Yeah.
They're pretty amazing.
Carsland is dope.
Carsland is the shit.
Yeah.
Carsland is absolutely incredible.
Claire
That
58
ride is so awesome.
Claire 58 says, if a car accepted an award, I'd be amazed. Like, I wouldn't because I've seen it at Disneyland. I've seen real cars moving around. It's awesome.
Well, I know for things, I think it was like MTV Movie Awards and stuff, when like they would have Yoda be a presenter, and they would digitally put him into the show.
That's cool.
So I'm sure the Oscars could.
I
do
remember,
something like that.
the first year that they had, when they had Beauty and the Beast and Chip give out an award, it blew my goddamn mind. I was like, it's real, it's all true. My parents were lying to me.
Mom and Dad, you lying son of a bitch.
They have the Gorillas perform at the Grammys one year.
Did, and with Madonna.
That was so cool.
So
So
the
cool.
hologram.
Love that shit. More fictional characters in award shows, guys.
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
let's do
Make
it.
it happen.
Hey, Adam, before you play this next trailer, I hate to backtrack. My favorite part of the Oscars was the opening with Justin Timberlake. Sorry. I just had to get it off my chest. That's my favorite part.
I didn't see it. I'm gonna have to watch it.
Oh, it was great.
You big
He
JT
can-
fan?
he can do any.
He's
He
the
can
best.
do
He's
anything.
the best.
Oh, I hope
Obsessed.
BB-8 gets to accept an award.
Oh,
Well,
dang,
R2-D2 and
BB-8.
BB-8 have been...
I forgot it's Mother's Day.
Well, R2D and BB-8 are actually like practical,
yeah.
which is crazy.
Damn,
R2
I
and C-3PO
forgot
have shown
it
up
too.
at award shows before, though, right?
They were there for the Oscars one year in 1977
Yeah.
or 78. Yeah. So I think that's the last time. Yeah. All right, here we go.
Get him on that stage.
Stop thinking and follow
This
me,
looks
cried Hitler.
incredibly good.
I'm
I will
already
make
gonna
you
watch this.
masters of the world.
What?
A lot of people laughed. He was a clown. But they weren't so evil. It was a comedy.
Oh my God.
America stands at the crossroads of its destiny.
In the early years of Hitler's rise, moviegoing had become an essential part of American culture. But Americans did not realize the extent of the threat Hitler posed.
He understood cinema could be put in the service of propaganda.
Americans realize we can't win this war. These guys are gonna beat us.
Western civilization was at stake, and we're going to fight until we win.
5 filmmakers wanted to respond as so many millions of men and women responded. They chose to serve.
These documentaries were powerful for American audiences.
The footage proved that the enormity of the task was worth it.
We had an enormous story to tell. The greatest heroes, the greatest villains on the world stage.
This was real filmmaking.
This is the people's war. It is our war.
These 5 men, they were saying goodbye to families who never knew if they would return.
And yet, coming out of it, each one made their greatest film.
I believe a film should have something to say. I think it should make people think and feel long after they've left the theater.
Nothing could prepare anyone for the intensity of the conflict.
These filmmakers changed the world.
Wow. I didn't
I'm
know
not
that
crying,
existed.
you're crying.
Yeah,
I
that's
did not
dope.
know that existed. I'm gonna watch the fuck out of that.
That
One.
looks so
One.
fucking
Wow. Oh my god.
There really is nothing to say
I mean,
because
I
that
feel
looks
like
amazing.
A lot of times we poke fun at Hollywood for being all about how, like, oh, movies change the world. But, I mean, honestly, they really do, though.
I mean, you hear William Wyler talking about it. He's like,
No.
I care about movies that have something to say, a voice.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, and I love that they said that these 5 guys came back and then made their best films.
Yeah.
After they came back,
perspective
you know.
changes you.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, I forgot to put this in your notes, but they're releasing all 5 documentaries that these guys made. So the documentaries
Oh,
about
that's
like
great.
Capra and all these guys making these docs. Those docs are going to be on Netflix the day this drops on Netflix.
Wow. There've been there's some amazing
So wait.
World War II footage.
I'm confused. Each of those modern filmmakers made a documentary.
No,
No.
the guys who went on
It's
classic,
about the
John
5
Oh,
documentaries.
they're. Oh my god.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
they filmed
Frank
came back.
Capra, yeah. Y'all, we need to do a watch along as fuck because I'm probably gonna sit here and just fucking weep for 6 hours.
Daniel Baker, I hope that's a troll comment. Too American for me. That's basic
Come on,
humanity, man. That
It's
was
more. That's
Mexican filmmaker Guillermo del Toro talking about how great this
exactly.
was. Too American for you. That's awesome. That was you put Guillermo and Steven Spielberg in the same thing. I'm already like,
oh,
I
I'm already
love
like,
these guys.
you've tingled my jingles, and I don't know if you can
I'm like,
tingle anymore.
these are my grandpas. What do you want me to watch? I'll watch it. And that subject matter was amazing.
I mean, we look at a movie like Inglourious Basterds, which does a completely alternate take on history, obviously, but how it uses that whole thing of film as a part of its story, and then to see something like this where it's like things like that were a reality. Like there are people who went to try to document how crazy this whole thing was. Exactly, Zero Cipher. It's World War II. It encompasses the entire world. Everyone was affected by the World War, by the Second World War.
I understand that you might be saying that this is like the documentaries were told through the lens of Americans, and that is true. But it was really a conflict that affected the whole globe.
we can all agree it's okay to punch Nazis. We can all agree Adolf Hitler was a bad guy.
Yeah.
So
it looks incredible.
And the idea that actually seeing the footage of the war changed people around the world who weren't affected by the war. Like that's the most important takeaway.
Yeah.
That's the most important takeaway.
Exactly. Woo. Looks amazing.
Yeah.
Damn.
Really good.
Kong Skull Island, you better fucking deliver with this last trailer.
Okay, here we go.
If not, you son bitch. All right, here we go.
Oh, here's what we're gonna see in the trailer.
Thanks.
Sweet.
Wish they didn't show
I know.
too much
An uncharted island. Let me list all the ways you're gonna die. Rain, heat, disease-carrying flies, and we haven't started on the things that want to eat you alive.
We'll double that.
Plus a bonus if we make it back. If?
In this dirty old part of the city where the sun refused to shine.
Is that a monkey?
Say that, Holt.
I love the song. They use that stereotypical 70s.
Whoa!
That was like King Kong the Rhino.
Oh, that's better. Oh no. Yeah.
That's Kong.
Love that
He's
shot.
God on the island.
We don't belong here.
But the devils live below us. I call them skull crawlers. Why? Because it sounds neat.
Okay.
Look, I just made that name up. I'm trying to scare you.
I'm fine calling them that. Are you cool with it?
Yeah, that seems like a
I
good.
like
that seems
the
like
name.
Oh, Jesus!
to make like the tree.
Get out of here.
Oh my god!
All right, sure, I'm in, of course.
Okay, so I
That was
the
awesome. That was
previous trailers, I was like pretty doubtful about this. This looks like they took a really stylish
Yes.
Yeah.
Vietnam War film. Only there's King Kong and dinosaurs in it.
Yeah.
That was
love
such a well-cut trailer. That is one of
So
the
fun.
better trailers that I have ever seen in my life.
I was very lucky enough. I got to do some ADR in this movie.
Ah,
And
Pooch!
from what I saw, my mouth was like, I didn't want to work that day. I wanted just to watch it. It was awesome. It was very cool. It was a lot of fun and very stylish. And I love that they used a different song than the typical like 70s Vietnam song. Like they didn't use the Chambers Brothers. They used something that
No Hendrix. It's just like this.
Time has come today. They didn't use that.
Yeah. I really like Jordan Vogt Roberts' last movie, or the last movie I saw, which was, I think, Summer Kings. It was on Amazon
Oh, I haven't
Prime.
seen it
That
yet.
movie was really, really great. It had very much like a Goonies type of vibe. It was really good. The last trailer, I honestly was not a big fan of. I felt like it spoiled too much. Yeah, I thought the first teaser trailer that they showed at Comic-Con was incredible. The music, the tone was amazing. I like this trailer way better.
Yeah,
this
me
trailer to me was fantastic.
It's
The
so
way it's
good.
cut,
So
it feels
good.
like a music video, but
Yeah.
it still gives you an idea of what the story is.
Yeah.
I mean, now that I've seen the monsters in the last trailer, I'm not necessarily the biggest fan that we've seen so many of them. I
Yeah.
was hoping that they would hold some of that back, but I understand why they're doing it because it obviously plays a big part into the movie. The comedy from John C. Reilly didn't necessarily work for me in the context
That
of
was
this
the only-
trailer. I think in the movie it may play out better.
Uh-huh.
I think in the context of the movie it may work better.
Yeah.
But I think overall, like, cinematography, beautiful. Visual effects, incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The choices that they made to how they work the camera
Yeah.
inside of the helicopter, holy
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. Dude.
It feels like King Kong the Ride, the old
I'm gonna
one.
go see that in 3D, and it's gonna be dope.
It's going to be dope as hell. We got to get our tickets ASAP.
Augie wants me to tell a quick little fun fact. When we worked on the movie, they had a military advisor in the studio with us, Kevin Kent. Shout out to Kevin Kent. He is a former Navy SEAL, one of the baddest dudes I've ever met in my life. Did 9 tours in Afghanistan. The guy is a monster,
Shout out to
awesome
Kevin
guy,
Kent.
great American hero. But he was very particular about us speaking correctly, using the right military jargon,
Yeah.
stuff like
Yeah,
that. So
it's important.
he would, I mean,
Hooah.
and he was off to the side, and he'd be like, cut. You wouldn't say that. So for the little work that we did on the movie, it seems like it is going to be very legit,
Cool.
and just
Nice.
correct.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I love that attention to detail.
Yes.
And in
Yeah.
this trailer, the way that the specific shots we shot with characters, close-ups and everything, I love close-ups when they're used well.
Yeah.
And that to me seems like that just says attention to detail. That
Yeah.
just says we're building this
Yeah.
world and these close-up shots and different things. It's very Edgar Wright. It's attention to detail. Love that shit.
And
Yeah.
it just looks fun.
Yeah, man.
It just looks
Oh, I
fun.
did feel very Edgar Wright.
Yeah.
It looks
Which is great.
fantastic.
Somebody in the chat room said, I wish they did Godzilla like that. I think I agree. I'm borrowing it from you right now, Adam. I'm going to rewatch Godzilla and then go see Kong because they take place in the same world.
Aren't
Yeah.
they supposed to fight?
They're going to fight, dude.
Yeah.
That's why they
And-
made Kong stupid tall.
Let them fight.
I think, yeah. It's and it's Mike Doherty doing the Godzilla movie.
The new one.
We'll see, man. I
Yeah.
hope it's good. I hope it's good. If this Kong movie is incredibly
Like,
well done
yeah.
and the story is very good
Then-
and it sets up that universe really well, and I'm like foaming at the mouth for Godzilla, a sequel,
Yeah.
to then see these two battle, man, Godzilla better deliver.
Yep.
Better
Agreed.
deliver.
Agreed.
So, all right, Hector, we're gonna step out,
Thank
Oh.
you.
and these two are gonna watch the Guardians of the Galaxy with Dustin.
yeah.
I have a friend. I have a friend who actually stars in the prologue for Kong Skull Island.
Ooh.
Yeah. So check out that. It's
What's
really-
his name?
Oh God. Look up a teacher. He's the starring role. Will something. Will Britton. Thank you. Will Britton. Check him out. He's very talented.
Shout out
actor.
Will Britton.
Okay.
Went to UT. Why are you guys still talking?
Tennessee.
Hope you're ready. It'll be here any minute. Is that a rifle?
You don't know what a rifle looks like?
It's just swords were your thing and guns were mine. But I guess we're both doing guns now. I just didn't know that.
Well, that's intense.
I see it within you. Fear, jealousy, betrayal. It is our duty to cleanse the universe of this weakness.
You know, they told me you people were conceited douchebags, but that isn't true at all.
Dude! I'm using my wrong eye.
Groot, put your seatbelt on! So we're saving the galaxy again? Yep. Awesome! We're really gonna be able to jack up our prices for two-time galaxy savers. Yes! Sometimes the thing you're searching for your whole life, it's right there by your side all along.
You're right.
All you do is yell at each other. You're not friends.
No, we're family. Except maybe her.
Oh my god. So good, man.
After all these years, I've found you.
And who the hell are you?
I'm your dad, baby.
So cool.
So good.
Looks amazing.
It's so pretty. I'm out.
You guys!
Oh my god.
We don't need to say anything. It's perfect. It's perfect, Hector. It's perfect, Adam.
I can't wait.
I'm so into all the Fleetwood Mac they've been using.
Oh man. I was at the Comic-Con Hall H panel last year. And
when they showed that one scene,
oh, dude.
Oh my god.
I'm ready.
Cannot wait.
Cannot wait.
What a time to be alive.
Oh boy. I'm actually curious how Guardians are going to play in Infinity War.
Yeah, me too. I want to see how they intertwine
How are they
everybody.
going to intro them? Is it going to be like at the end of part 1? Or like, how is that going to go down?
It's going to be interesting.
It's going to be super interesting.
Yeah.
Yep. But I have no doubts that if there's anyone who can pull
It's
this
going to
off,
work.
it's
Yeah,
Marvel.
it's going to fit perfectly, and
Yep.
it's going to tie in with the whole time traveling and all the different universes and stuff like that. So,
What'll be fascinating is what do they do next? What trailer is going to drop with Infinity War Part 2 or whatever it's going to be called?
like the world after Infinity War.
Like Phase 4, if they're even thinking like that. Like, what is that going to look like?
Is that going to be Black Panther and all them? Is that going to be post
no,
Infinity War? Or is he going to be included?
Black Panther, as far as I know, is a part of Phase 3.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure of that.
From what I understand, and everyone in chat can correct me, but I think Phase 4 is going to end with the culmination of like Infinity War Part 2, which I don't think is going to be called an Infinity War Part 2 anymore. I think it's going to have like its own individual title.
Then we'll get a Moon Knight, a Moon Knight movie.
I feel like
show.
Captain Marvel's gonna be in the next one.
Captain Marvel's still a part of Phase 3. Yeah.
Really?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
So Phase 3 is going to be longer than past phases.
I think Phase 3 is going to kick off with Spider-Man. Hector and Adam can jump in on this.
Oh yeah, we need
You guys-
help on the phases. Like we were just talking. No spoilers. We were just talking about how they're going to intertwine Guardians with the MCU. The rest of the MCU.
We
culmination,
talked about it
baby.
quite a bit.
Yeah, the culmination.
One of the things that I believe we've talked about is obviously there's a lot of stuff to do with the gems. Gems coming from all different parts of the universe.
For you non-comic book readers, that's Infinity Stones. They call them the stones in the movies.
Yes. So I think that's going to be a way to get the Guardians to come to Earth, which is how they're going to team up with the Avengers to take down Thanos. I think there's potential. You've mentioned it plenty of times. The Venom symbiote coming from the depths of the galaxy because of the Guardians coming to Earth. Peter Parker being kind of introduced to it. So, yeah, I mean, there's so much potential to go, into the dark reaches of
Ultimates
space.
is going to be a TV show, though, right?
Inhumans.
Inhumans.
Black Bolt for Inhumans.
They
Yeah,
did.
Anson Mount.
Yeah, they
is
did.
gonna play
And
Black Bolt.
Maximus as well. Actor from Game of Thrones for Maximus.
Phase 4, that's a good question.
That's what we were curious about. Like, 'cause Spider-Man Homecoming is phase 3. Captain Marvel's part of it is phase 3.
Yes. Everything up until those are phase 3, yes. I think what you're gonna see in phase 4, you're gonna see Guardians wrap out its trilogy. You're gonna see Spider-Man go into its trilogy, into the second movie.
Yeah.
You're gonna see Ant-Man and the Wasp wrap out its trilogy. I think you're gonna start seeing a lot less and less. You're gonna start seeing a lot less of Thor, Captain America, Iron Man.
I love that
We're gonna start
rainbow
transitioning
keyboard.
to what they're gonna be known as the New Avengers, probably led by Captain Marvel. And maybe Black Panther.
Yep.
Black Panther will
Yep.
definitely have a trilogy.
Yep.
And then
Ant-Man. Yep.
then
Spider-Man.
I think we'll probably get a Wasp film. Wasp could definitely get her own film, I think.
Interesting.
And I think they're going to kind of build off of that. I mean, who knows? Maybe if Captain America goes away, we could get a Bucky Falcon movie where Falcon or Bucky become Captain America.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to start seeing the evolution by Phase 4. I think there's potential to see characters like Thor, Iron Man, and Cap in the movies unless characters die. But I think it's going to be on a very limited basis. I hope so, because I love Iron Man, Thor, Captain America, but I don't necessarily need them in all the movies.
Here's what I think is also going to happen. I think that phases 1, 2, and 3 have been centered around Avengers movies as the big event thing. And I think that phase 4, because it's going to be post-Avengers, they're going to need to come up with a theme. When you look at the comic books, there was a couple different things happening in Marvel Comics in the mid-2000s after they did Civil War. They had Secret Invasion, which was shape-shifting Skrulls. Now, they don't have the rights to them yet. They didn't have the rights to Ego the Living Planet either, and he's going to show up in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. So I think that if Marvel were to take any more characters from Fox that they have the rights to, specifically tied with the Fantastic Four world, they're going to be like, give us the Skrulls, let us do the Skrulls, and you guys can keep Fantastic Four, whatever. You can keep the X-Men, whatever. They'll figure out some kind of a deal. So I think that phase 4 might be, who can you trust? Who do you trust? Like everybody's, like shape-shifting, like, oh man, what if some of these characters were Skrulls? What if Captain Marvel was replaced by a Skrull? What if Ant-Man was replaced by a Skrull? Michael Douglas's Hank Pym was replaced by a Skrull. Like, what if they did some of that shit? Phase 4 might also be things like Dark Reign. Dark Reign was an area, a time in Marvel Comics where S.H.I.E.L.D. was essentially disbanded and rebuilt from the ground up as Hammer, the acronym that didn't stand for anything, and it was being led by Norman Osborn, a.k.a. the Green Goblin. Norman Osborn is Marvel Comics' version of Lex Luthor. Lex Luthor is comic books' versions of Donald Trump. So I think that Marvel Studios, if they want to be real ballsy, they could say something like, here's Phase 4, all of the villains are in charge. And Norman Osborn has a secret cabal of villain characters that he goes to that include Doctor Doom, Namor the Submariner, Emma Frost, and they can switch up the villains. It could make it like and then teaming up with Guardians of the Galaxy. What if Phase 4 is the villains team up? What if they bring back Hugo Weaving's Red Skull? What if they introduce the Masters of Evil with Baron Zemo because he's still alive? And then introduce Crimson Dynamo and then bring back the Abomination and all these different, like every villain from every movie was like, surprise, we're back. And now we're the villain Avengers, a.k.a. the Masters of Evil, and we're going to take over.
I think
that could be a direction they could go.
That is that Marvel's villains are notoriously forgettable for the most part.
Debatable.
This is not necessarily my
I
thoughts.
understand
it's
that
just
generally
that is
people
a
think
general
that.
criticism,
Fair point,
even
but
amongst Marvel fans.
Sure.
That they're with the exception of like Hiddleston, they do not have an A team of rogues.
And I feel like this would be a good opportunity to build that up.
Exactly. If they're like, cool, we've taken over the world. We're Marvel Studios. Phase 4, we're gonna focus on villains. Bring on the bad guys. Do you know what I mean? In terms of character development in each of their movies, but also like bring back some of the characters that they could still use that are still alive. I mean, we had, what was the actor's name that played Samuel Stearns, the leader in The Incredible Hulk?
That's
from Oh Brother Where Art Thou? He's incredible.
Tim Blake Nelson.
They have Tim Blake Nelson on their roster. You know what I mean? Like they've got. Sam
they brought
Rockwell
back
as Justin
what's
Hammer.
his name?
They brought back
William Hurt.
Sam Rockwell. They brought back William Hurt, and what a great little mini sort of performance and tie-in to another movie. So I think that Phase 4 could be they're going to focus on villains. Also, crazy fucking thing could happen. They could team up with Fox and do X-Men, and Phase 4 could be mutants. Like they could do whatever they want. But Phase 4 is definitely going to be smaller focused than big cosmic space Avengers shit. Phase 4 is going to be like, and then this is what's happening on Earth. Either the bad guys are taking over, mutants are showing up, Inhumans. I don't know.
I mean, when Hugh Jackman said he would continue playing Wolverine if he got to team up with the Avengers, Jesus. I mean, I'm sure Fox at some point is like, do we consider this or do we just keep doing what we're doing? I mean, they're rebooting X-Men with X-Men Supernova in a sense.
Are they well,
it's kind of a reboot.
Will we see Adam Warlock?
Not in Guardians 2.
Maybe.
But like people have been saying,
based on what James Gunn said,
Doctor Strange might be taking the role that
Warlock.
Warlock did a little bit in the Infinity Gauntlet comic book. Maybe her or Ayesha might be taking some of that role because she's sort of like a female counterpart to Adam Warlock. Well, he was called him and she's called her in the Marvel comic continuity. So like they could be doing different things. The same way they're saying that Hela, the villain who's going to be played by Cate Blanchett in Thor Ragnarok, might be replacing the entity of Death in the Infinity Gauntlet storyline where Thanos is trying to court death. So like they might just bring in Cate Blanchett. Look, you could not blame a guy for falling in love with Cate Blanchett trying to impress her. What do I have to do? Kill half the universe? Fine, I'll do it.
I'm in.
So no idea how they're going to change stuff up, but super excited.
Yeah, can't wait. May needs to get here a little bit quicker. So many good things. All right, let's talk about what's coming on Blu-ray. One of the Blu-rays that Pooch is just holding up, Marvel's Doctor Strange. Speaking of Marvel, really cool Blu-ray. This is the Cinematic Universe version, which comes with a 3D Blu-ray, DVD, and digital copy, I believe.
Yep.
I can't wait to rewatch. I rewatched the movie, but I didn't get a chance to rewatch it in 3D. I definitely want to rewatch it, and I want to check out all the special features. It's a really cool set.
Don't show them that digital code, Pooch.
Don't do it,
Don't
Pooch.
put that on screen, Pooch.
Also, speaking of Moonlight, if you have not seen Moonlight, you should absolutely go watch this movie. It's incredible. The fact that it's on Blu-ray means that it's going to be coming out hopefully to a lot of more digital streaming services. Maybe not Netflix or Amazon, but maybe it could show up on iTunes. You should definitely rent. You should definitely check it out. It's a powerful movie that I think everyone needs to watch. For me going into it, I thought, well, maybe there won't be anything relatable to me. But just because that's the case does not mean that the movie itself is not beautifully written, directed, and acted. It's a powerhouse. It's incredible. Allied, I did not see. It's the movie with Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. I believe it takes place in World War II.
Spies in World War II.
Yes.
It's not.
Oh, sorry, no. Marion Cotillard.
Oh.
My bad.
Real awkward there, Adam.
A
bit
of controversy.
You cheated.
What's the movie with Naomi Watts?
That motherfucker cheated
Shut
on
In?
her.
I didn't see that movie.
Dunno.
I didn't hear anything about it either.
I don't think we saw the trailer for it.
You know what they say? Some fears can't be shut out.
That's beautiful.
Clever
They do
girl.
say that.
Clever
It says
girl.
it right there.
You.
And coming out in theaters, good Lord. Is it Thursday yet? Because Logan is coming out on Thursday.
Woo!
And people cannot stop raving about it. This movie could be my favorite comic book movie potentially since The Dark Knight. That means, 9 years later, finally a comic book movie that I'm like, yeah, it's Dark Knight good. Everything that I've been told, everything that I've heard, nothing spoiler.
Don't hype it up too much, man.
Nothing spoiler, but
Come
apparently,
on.
like the performances themselves are what carry this movie. This is a Western movie that has a character named Wolverine in it. So much faith in James Mangold. 310 to Yuma. If you haven't seen 310 to Yuma,
I love
incredible
310
movie
to
with
Yuma.
Christian Bale,
Yeah.
Russell Crowe,
Yeah.
and Ben Foster. And then
Foster's so
Walk the
good in
Line
it.
obviously is a great film as well. James Mangold has done other movies too, but those are the two that really stand out to me.
He did
And-
310?
Yeah, 310 to Yuma,
Fuck,
the remake
that
of
was a
310 to
great
Yuma.
movie. Go see that,
And
guys.
even the Wolverine, like there are parts of the Wolverine that I think that are the James Mangold parts that are not the parts that Fox tampered with or asked for certain things. I think are actually really good as well.
Agreed.
And then Table 19 was the movie that we saw. It's Anna Kendrick and who?
Where
I
it's
forget-
all of like
Craig
the lovable
Robinson.
misanthropes
Exactly,
who are put
exactly,
together at a
exactly.
table.
Tony
and it's
Revolori.
comedy.
Stephen Merchant.
Yeah, so
Lisa
not
Kudrow.
a movie that I'm necessarily like, no, I really want to see that. And then
That's
before-
called counter programming, is what that is.
Before I Fall, I don't know if we actually saw a trailer for this
Nope,
movie, did
I don't
we?
care about it.
What is it about?
Posters are-
Who's in that?
Did we see?
Did we see? Did we?
Based on the best-selling novel. I don't care.
That's how memorable it is. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I think
this
everyone's gonna go
weekend,
see
I
Logan.
think I'm gonna get over my fear of horror films and see Get Out.
Oh.
Yes, go. Go see it.
Guys, Get
everybody
Out.
out there, go see Get Out.
Get Out is great, man.
And see it a couple times. It's deep.
And Moonlight is being put back into theaters in certain places. So if you can find Moonlight in a theater
Look
near
it up.
you,
Look it up and see
Go
if it's
look
in
it
a
up.
theater near
Go
you.
see it.
Go see it.
I will say that the one really cool thing about Get Out was Jordan Peele definitely put in an effort to not just be like any other horror movie. He looked, he's one of those guys who looks at horror movies and he goes the opposite direction where everyone says, but we got to do all the things that everybody else loves. No, man, go against the grain. Don't go into that damn room.
It almost seemed like this movie started out as a sketch idea, and they just kept building onto it, building onto it, and then finally they were like, oh wow, I think we have something here because they took an idea that's out there and they just took it to that next level. To a 10.
Steve the Dreamer says, I'm scared of Get Out. I don't like scary movies, yet I still want to see this one. Pooch, you would say it was more suspenseful?
Yeah, there's a couple times you jumped, but as a whole, it's more of a suspense thriller. I wouldn't categorize it as a horror movie.
No, it's not horror in the sense that it's like very grotesque and violent.
It's a mind trip though. And visually
it's
there's some spots that are really cool.
Perhaps?
Yeah, I would say thriller.
I think
more than anything.
And I love, there were several interviews with Jordan Peele, but Screen Junkies News got to do one with him, and they asked him, oh, what franchise would you like to join? He's like, you know what? I'm having a really great time with horror. I have several scripts that I've been writing, and I want to continue pursuing this because I feel like this is something that I can actually really contribute a unique voice to. So I'm all for it, man. Do it, Jordan Peele. Do it.
One of the most intriguing movies I've seen in a while. And it makes you. My wife and I talked about it for an hour after, and how we have to see it again.
Thank you for the resub. Money 295. Yeah, no, it's super good. So I think if you really take the time to really look around, you can find some really quality work in the theaters right now, or even on Blu-ray and DVD. I mean, a lot of these Oscar movies are coming out too. So
and there's a lot of movies coming out this month.
There's
a lot of good stuff.
Summer now starts in March.
Oh my gosh.
Power Rangers. Oh, bro,
I can't.
We got to go together.
I'll see it as many times as you want. I cannot wait.
Oh no.
Cannot
Power
wait
Rangers.
for
I'm very excited for Power Rangers. March has some really good offerings.
Which is not usual.
No,
not usual
at
all.
This is now starting to be a thing where it's not summer season anymore. It is now an annual event.
Yup.
Cinematic event every single year. So go out there, check out some movies. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Pooch.
Yes.
Where can everybody find you? And do you have anything that you are working on that you can tease?
You can find me on Instagram at part-time adult. Twitter at part-time adult. Twitter is part_time_adult.
Throw that link up, everybody.
Throw it up there. Throw it up, baby.
His stories are gold.
Hilarious.
Oh, thank you.
Gold.
Hilarious.
Thank you. I don't take myself too seriously. I talked about the Lego Dimensions video game I worked on. I'm gonna be Pooch, how fast can you run? When I played football in college, I was very, very fast.
Woo!
I was a 4.4 runner, but now after years of just a battered body, I'm a very slow man.
Pooch, what's your favorite sexy music to put on when it's sexy time?
Was that the
Thank
chat
you,
or
Steve
was
the
that
Dreamer.
just you?
That was on
me.
Much.
Okay.
I'm
go-to.
Well, I'm not that like Pony is such a great song, but 80s R&B is some of my favorite stuff. INOJ, Love You Down. Shout out to my wife, but any 80s and 90s R&B, any R. Kelly, as gross as he is, that man can sing. That man can sing.
Hector, what's your favorite R. Kelly song?
Oh my God, it's probably "I Believe I Can Fly," right? That's R. Kelly, right?
Yeah.
It has to be.
Sexy time song?
Yeah, that's right. If I can see it,
Just pretty much the Space Jam
I
soundtrack.
can believe it. Yeah, right. I fucked up the lyrics.
Just achieve it.
You good?
And then really quickly, I'm gonna be on.
Ooh, shit. Ginger says, who needs music? Make your own. Girl. Girl, you nasty girl. What you talking about? Girl, that's a lot of pressure. Let me say, there's a lot of moving parts, and that's a lot of pressure to also sound beautiful. Let me just put
You have a beautiful voice. I love your voice.
I can't.
You sang in the Batman sketch we did.
Yeah.
You sang "Kiss from a Rose," and I loved every moment of it.
I love when you sing "Kiss from a Rose."
It's
When we go to karaoke, I'm like,
I feel like
please
that's a
sing.
good karaoke song for him.
It's my it's one of my go-tos.
Can I plug one more thing?
Absolutely.
Yes, please.
I'm gonna be on an episode of the ABC show The Catch.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
So
When's it airing?
It's the last episode of this upcoming season, so I think it's gonna be a while. I think it's gonna be like
April,
another,
May or something.
Yeah, April, May, like the last episode. It's called Mockingbird. It's a very small role.
You're gonna tweet it out, right? When it's
Oh yeah, I'll
follow
tweet
him
it
on
out.
Twitter.
I'll Instagram story it.
Follow him on Twitter.
Who has 2 lines and carries a machine gun?
Hey.
But yeah, man.
Thank you so much for coming.
No,
thanks for
you
hanging
guys
out.
know this is a dream come true every time I'm here. I love you guys. Everybody out on the web, on the line, I love you guys. You guys are awesome.
When's the last time you were on the internet, Pooch?
2000. And
Who are you? Luke Wilson?
4.
right.
Yeah.
Owen Wilson? But yeah, that's gonna wrap up our show. Thank you everybody for donating tonight, and we will be back as usual next week. And make sure you guys stay tuned. Hector and I will be doing a trailer reaction for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. And Alien Covenant Red Band trailer when it drops later this week with Logan. And we're going to do a review of Logan too, so stay tuned.
Nice.